Maybe I'm live now? Jesus. This is really working fantastically. Am I not? No, that's earlier. Okay. I think it's working again now, but I'm not getting my messages in still, so I'm going to pop out this chat so I have them. And I should have Twitch. But I still have the wrong dang link in Discord. Probably. I don't understand why it's so difficult. All it said was like match name and you should be good to go, but now it's like all messed up. Yeah. Oh, okay, I got that message. I didn't get my test one, but I got yours. And that one's from Twitch. All right, sweet. So I'm getting messages from both ends. Thanks, people. I appreciate you guys. Alright, let me send the final link for the YouTube channel in Discord here. My god. I'm going to do a test somewhere out in the middle of nowhere just to, like, at some random point just to get this stuff straightened out. Alright, I got chat from everybody. I see you guys. Falcon, I appreciate you messaging both. I see BSB also over in Twitch. I don't have text to voice right now, but that's fine. I tried to link that up too last minute, but you know, whatever. Trying to stream to two platforms at the same time is like not great. I also can't see my own feed right now. Hello? I know I'm on. I know we're good. Okay, I'm on the right screen. Now, let's fire up the pylon here as well. Oh no, why are my names duped? Alright, hold on. I had to restart my mod master because apparently I made a mistake in code that I didn't check, which was reloading other packs. So, where is it when I load the sub pack? Because that would suck. Rockingham next. Scoring pylon. No, yeah, it is when I load the sub pack. That's fine. See, this is how we learn, though. Like, I know it's a pain for a minute, but this is how we learn. So, scoring pylon, we will highlight my dad's name, and nobody should be there, but my pylon should come up. Okay. Oh, duh. I have pink erasing. Alright, let's just load in and see if we're good to go. I'm just gonna quick select again because we don't really have, the chassis are still pretty bare bones. Not quite much is set up there. And let's see if the pylon will, yeah, oops, there it is. Alright, cool. Fast forwarding. Alright, oh, I have one more thing. I have a shortcut key, or shortcut thinger for the pylon controls. I have a little button box that I put little things on, little stickers on, so I know what's what. So that should, if I drag the pylon over here, and then I send that to the keypad. Aha. Sweet. So I have, okay, that's the name toggle. That's lap time toggle. Or not toggle, but yeah, okay. So we're good. is it showing? Oh, because Rick ran the best slap. Oh, I don't even have textures loaded. What am I doing? This is like my first stream ever or something. I don't know what's happening here. I think it's because the asynchronous was off. Cars are flickering. All sorts of things are happening. My car's not loading. Oh my god. This is the worst stream ever. Go home. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't change the color of the pylon. It's still... Hold on, I'll show you. Hang on. It's still pink. I'm just erasing the pink with Streamlabs. That's all. So let me see. Why is my car not working? Because that was working last stream, and we didn't change any sponsors, so that should still be working. Granted, I was doing the... Oh, you know what? That's what it is. I just have to move this file in here. No, hang on. We're good. Okay. And then I gotta reload one more time. There it goes. Okay. Now we're good. Oh, it is the clear. I did fix that. Actually, you know what? Hang on. I have that. That should be good. This one and this one. And this one. And this one. It's not. It's running fine. Relax. I'm not running fine tonight. Okay. All right. Blue roll bars, not see-through roll bars. I did fix that. I just didn't have it running right. Okay. We're good. We're gonna race now. We're gonna do things now. Oh, I need to change my display back to. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. Apologies for all of that nonsense. We're ready to roll now. I have not practiced this at all. If I need to crank the game up, I probably do. I see the volume's pretty low there. Actually, no. I think if I set it up, I could just turn my volume up. Because honestly, on a speaker, you guys will hear it anyway. That was a fast qualifying. I have been, by the way, updating my qualifying times. Oh, I left that light on. I have been updating the qualifying times in the mod tool after we've been doing runs because they've been slower than I need them to be. I've been qualifying better than I should be, so I have been like updating them as we go a little bit. Yeah, 20th. We should be like 35th or worse. All right, hold on. I'll be right back. Maybe, maybe not. There it goes. Okay. I'll let MRN do the thing.
What makes the rock so tough, Marty? Tires, tires, and more tires. You've got to take care of your Goodyear Eagles when you come to this place. Otherwise, you'll be sliding up into the wall before you know it.
They didn't cover anybody? What the heck, MRN? I look bright as heck. Darrell Waltrip on the pole. That jet is out of time. I don't think they had that in 1990. I mean, maybe they did. I don't know. I'm not a plane buff, but that seems a little newer and fancy and bomber. Yeah, it's funny to hear them talk about, to hear the MRN guys talk about 90s drivers when like they're, you know, talking about the future. The 17 car and the 25 car. Does he say GM Goodwrench? I think he does. Yeah. That means it's working, which is good enough for me. Phil Parsons up there, and he said the secondary sponsor. I don't know why I didn't do Napa. Oh, you also notice I am up to 25% race length now. There's something with... I normally ran with it offset. I'm right next to my dad. That's funny. He qualified 19th. I got 20th. Maybe I should put the names on. Hold on. Wait, no, I don't need to pause anymore. Ha! What was I even saying? Words! Oh, 1989, that check. Wow. Good knowledge. Good check. I don't remember what I was saying anymore. Oh, God! I guess we were still 3 wide, but I thought I was giving enough room. My dad's got donuts on his door, so I think Cope got into my... Maybe my dad got in the wall, and then Cope got into him, and then into me. Oh, I didn't set my dad as an ally. Shh, Nikes. If I don't... After the race, someone remind me. There you go. Good knowledge, though. Oh, I don't have chat visible. I need to fix that. I wanted to put chat visible on the stream itself so you guys could all see it. So that if you're on one viewer thing and the chat's on the other, you still could see it. Wait, I do have chat on. Is it not working? Great. Okay, well then I'm not going to bother fixing that midstream because I don't want to take all day. I've been fixing stuff the whole time. No, what I was saying about fuel, so the 22% race length on 25% in-game setting, for some reason we were having to pit an extra time there, a second time, like right at the end of the race. So it made the first 2 races both fuel mileage, in a sense, which is fun sometimes, but to have that every time is not. So I changed it. We're just running straight up 25% right now. The only race that's going to be funky is New Hampshire because I added laps to New Hampshire to make it a 400 miler instead of 300. Although, yeah, it is 400 miles because it's supposed to be Wilkes-Barre's race, which is 400 laps. So I don't know. I made it longer, but probably could have left it go. We'll see if it feels too long when we get there, I suppose. Because there's 2 New Hampshire. Actually, no, I guess only the one's longer. Wait, is somebody out already? Somebody's DNF'd. Jimmy Means already? Oh my god. Jimmy. Hang on, we put a lap there. Oh, no. That's the wrong button. I don't remember what button I put that on. Yeah, super speedways are a little different. You gotta really watch your fuel there. But for some reason, running the 22% was making an extra stop, which doesn't make sense. You'd think, oh, you should have plenty of fuel to do one stop at all the regular tracks. Daytona's normally... See, I'm so used to 10% where you have to pit twice there anyway. And I think they do that on 25. So that... I just thought that was normal. Yeah, Richard Petty wasn't... Richard Petty wasn't that good in 90. His stats are not too good, too fantastical. There's the lap counter. Yeah, so you can see Jimmy Means only did 4 laps. That's what I was looking for, the other straightaway. And I know my pylon covers some of the stuff on screen. I'm okay with it. If you guys don't like it, let me know. I could move it around or something, but or just keep it in the minimalistic. No, that's okay. I need to stop looking at the pylon though while driving. That's not a good thing. Like he went by us. Yeah, he got a top 10, but think about how many races we got in the season, you know, to get one top 10. Also, you got to remember in 1990 real life, how many people were dropping out of races for mechanical issues or engine issues or whatever. So, if we're in this where only a few people drop out for a 25% race, you know, and there aren't as many wrecks and DNFs from that sort of stuff, you're going to have less potential for a top 10 out of that. Granted, whatever race he got a top 10, he should have a better shot at a top 10 when we get there. just because of how we're doing the stats for this, reloading them between each race and all that. We're running faster, better than I thought. I'm on the fence of upping it to year 2 difficulty. Or maybe I should just up Rockingham a chunk of percentage. Oh, that's not what I wanted. One of these buttons. One of these buttons. Which one shuts that off? There it is. That's what I hit earlier. It didn't do it. Okay, that's fine. I just want the names and the numbers there. Oh, my dad faded. What happened? I didn't even notice. Because I was busy looking at the pylon. We got a freaking pack of cars, though. Got Ken Reagan behind me. Davey Allison back here. He must have not had some good Rockinghams in 1990. I'm in a good battle with Mark Stahl here. Clear. Not clear. Spotter says all clear, buddy, when he gets back to my inside. Davey, what? You are not driving like Davey Allison right now. Just going slow in the top lane. Yeah, like I said, if his stats were good in real life at that race, then he should be better than he's doing like right now. It's a combination. I have it like 50% season stat and like I forget if I have it 35 for how they did in the race I select, and then 15 for the second race I select. So if there's 2 Michigan races, which I think there was that in 90. Dick Johnson behind us. I think he hit the wall. Then yeah, his stats will, like I said, they'll adjust as we get there. Oh my god, I see the leaders like a straightaway back on us here, basically. Ken Reagan throwing blocks on Davey Allison. There's something you never heard before. Davey finally trying the bottom out. Earnhardt. But there's going to be fluctuations though too. The game still has some randomization to it with the stats. And like I said, it's a race-to-race basis as far as... So like 50% of their stats are Earnhardt's going to be at the top. With Mark Martin close behind. Tim Richmond's stats I have from 86 and him in the fictional car. So they're all going to be fast. But for particular races where they ran poorly, they're not going to be quite as quick. For races where they ran really well, they should be up front. Like, for sure. Yeah, Bodine was good in that car, too. I mean, its stats are showing right now, I guess, in a sense. The only thing that's kind of not going to be great about where I have Tim Richmond's stats is he's basically the way the packs work and the mods work. There's the one stat I cannot control is how random how much their randomization is. I can randomize further, and I do have that option in the mod tool. I never use it, though. But the game has its own stat variance that I can't change. And some drivers have higher stat variance than others. And essentially the way I mapped it is the higher someone is in points, the less stat variance. I gave them the driver slots with the least stat variance, because you figure the drivers that are up front in points are the ones that were most consistent. So I thought that made the most sense. The problem with that is I added Tim Richmond to the pack after the fact. So he got added to a really late slot after I'd already committed all the other drivers to, and my dad's too, I committed the pack with 1990, the actual roster, and then I added Tim Richmond and my dad at the end of it, after, just for the stream stuff. I should have added them in sooner. So Tim Richmond and my dad both have high variance, which means they could run way better or way worse. We saw my dad run really good at Daytona, and Tim Richmond is he even in the field? Oh, he's running really poorly right now. He's 36th. And he should not be that bad here. So, actually, unless did he DNF Rockingham? Maybe he DNF'd. But still, he shouldn't be that bad. So we got a mix with that variance. So there's going to be races where Tim Richmond might just, like, destroy everybody. Just blow everybody out of the water. I'm about to get lapped. But, how good is Kawicki? Kawicki in 90, I feel like he was... I don't know where he got in points, but I feel like he's somewhere around, like, a 10th-ish to 15th place-ish, normally. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about the momentum thing, BSB, but their stats in the base game, with the mod stuff, it's not possible much. But in the base game, in the vanilla game, the better that somebody runs, the more their stats, like the more often they'll run that well. I know KG has done a couple of playthroughs of this game and other NASCAR titles where he's just made sure that Casey Mears in one playthrough, and I forget who else in another playthrough, he made sure that one of those drivers performed really well and was winning races. And then later on in his playthrough, he didn't have to do that for them to perform well. They just would go and do it on their own. So stats in the vanilla game do evolve over time based on their results, which I think is super interesting and ahead of its time. And something they really didn't have to do. But with the mod stuff, that's not possible because the stats get locked in based on the mod tool. But we do have the variance from one track to another, and we still have the variance of the per race randomization of the game itself. So there's still plenty of we still get different results every time. You know, you could run the same race over and over and get different results still. Mickey Gibbs is not related to Joe Gibbs in any way that I'm aware of. Who's 21st that you're saying you don't think is good? I'm not following who we were talking about still, to be honest. God, I wish my voice oh, wait, how am I almost out of gas? What is going on with the fuel in my playthrough? Has it always been 2 stops at 25%? I always thought it was 1 stop. Well, we're joining them. I don't like to pit when it's crowded normally, but I wasn't paying attention to my fuel. Yeah, there you go. So you notice it with Jamie. Oh, Dave Marcus in 21st. Like I said, there's plenty of variance going on, so the stats, or how they run, is not going to be completely accurate to the stats. I still didn't get Needham's new templates because they don't work in my paint program, but I can't wait to redo my pit crew with his templates because they're so much prettier. 2 stops for 25%? Okay. Well, that would explain why 22 wasn't working for me, where we were on I made it a fuel mileage race every time. I think what I ran in my only other test that I did of a career mode, back when I did the 2024 mod, I think I made the race length 18%, which made it one stop and just a wider pit window. Thank you. I did paint this up. So this is fun too. So it wasn't working when I started the stream today, but the sponsors you can get in the game, at least the offers it shows, not what works on the in-game paints. Unfortunately, we couldn't get that to work. But the offers you get, I made them all 1990 stuff. So that comes with the pack. So you should get offers from 1990-esque sponsors that are not on any car that's full-time or as a primary. And I happen to get Valvoline as my main sponsor. Goody's Headache Powder you saw on the back there. I have True Value on the quarters. I got Hardee's as the team sponsor. No, sorry, Rose's as the team sponsor, the store. I think they're a grocery store from back then. And Hardee's as the driver sponsor. But I painted my car up custom after I took the sponsor offers. And I'll have to show you guys it after the race. Or I guess you'll see it in the replays, but at first I wasn't happy with, I wanted to take Hardee's as the primary sponsor, but I didn't like their sponsor goal, and I ended up taking Valvoline, and in hindsight, after I thought of a paint scheme, I'm so glad I took Valvoline, because I think this car looks really awesome. Whereas the Hardee's, I probably would have done some homage to the Russ Wheeler paint a little bit. Maybe an inverse, maybe a... I don't know what I would have done exactly, but I'd have probably done something like that. Instead, I just came up. I just came up with my own that fit the time, kinda. All right, so Jimmy Spencer's for position up ahead there, who's driving away. Del McCowart's in front of him. Harry Gant, Mickey Gibbs, they're all positions, right? Yeah. Where am I in points? Way in back. We're only 2 races in. I actually don't even think I looked at the end of the last one. This is new career mode, so we're going to be way back. I did have a really good Daytona, though, and then a really bad Richmond. So, I think I got 26th at Daytona and 39th at Richmond, so average that, and that's probably about where I'm at. Granted, we have plenty of part-timers, too. Like, we have way more drivers than 43 in this mod pack, so... There's guys that maybe didn't run all 3 races here, so I should move up just from that a little bit. I think race pace I got Rockingham pretty close to what it should be, though, for year 1 of career. And that's something else. If you guys are newer here and you haven't messed with the modding stuff, I have the AI a little bit slower for year 1 of career. And then year 2 is about what the vanilla game is. And then year 3 onward is harder than the vanilla game. So the AI is actually, like, you could upgrade your car further and still not like be winning races yet. It's possible, yes, but with 25% length without really getting lucky with some cautions and shenanigans, no. I don't think so. Yeah, see, I did the same thing, BSB. I would stop upgrading after a certain point just to keep it, like, somewhat balanced. Keep it challenging. But you still had the problem of certain tracks are easier and harder than others, whereas we don't have that issue with the mod pack as much. I have the AI cranked way up for the road courses, for example, because they're way easy at the road courses, which is probably the only place I might have a chance of winning a race in the rookie year. God, Strickland behind us. That's for position. We're catching Gant, though. Oh, Gant went way slow into one. He's running the high roof. But, man, I forgot, the AI, when they get out of turn 2 in the high groove, they haul out of the corner. It's ridiculous. What's going on, CT? Welcome. Derek Cope, see, y'all don't know. Derek Cope has 2 wins in 1990. He won the Daytona 500, and everybody knows about that because of, Earnhardt getting a flat with a lap to go, and they're like, oh, he lucked into it. He ran second all freaking day, first of all. Second of all, he won another race in 1990. He did fantastic, dude. That guy does not get... That team does not get enough credit, I don't think. And I think his other win was Fall Rockingham? Or was it... Did he win Rockingham? I forget where he ran, like whether it was this track. Oh, Dover. That's right, Dover. Thank you. Yeah, so... Yeah, that's another thing. Oh, something else about the stats I forgot to mention. The, there's also... Every driver has a track type stat. So, super speedways, speedways, short tracks, road courses are separate track types in the game. And they have their own stats specific to those tracks that I'm guessing just combine with their regular stats to some extent or another when we're at those track types. So there's an overall one set of stats that's like speed, aggression, defense, control, and durability, which is like how good or how often their equipment blows up or doesn't blow up. And if you can only mess with those stats so much, but they also have, like I said, the track specific stat. So that gets combined in. So somebody, like, if you notice in the base game a driver run really good at road courses and not good at other tracks, or just mediocre at other tracks, that's why. So that's also factored into our calculations, which when I plugged in the 1990 stats, I also entered track type for every track. Now, obviously, there's a crap ton of speedways, and it kind of sucks there weren't a couple more categories there. But luckily in 90, though, there were a lot of short track races, so there's actually a lot of short track stats in there as well. So another reason you might see Cope doing as well as he's doing right now is his track stat for speedways. Oops, I did not mean that. I was going to try to cut under him. Sorry, Rudd. But yeah, so his track stat might be good. Are we lapping my dad? Oh my god. Yeah, we are. Man, we got really spread out. Not around my spot. Like, there's Strickland's for position. Spencer, Allison, Gant, they're all for position in front of me there. I mean, you guys see the pylon a little easier than I can. I don't have it on this main screen. I could move it here, but I probably should, but I'm not going to right now. I'll do it after the race if I remember. We need to pit next. Double check, CT, double check both your cheats and your textures. If the names, all right, actually there's a way to discern which one you need to look at. If the driver names have changed to 1990 driver names, then you just need to double check that your textures are mapped right. We've not had a yellow yet. It's crazy. But if your driver names are the base game, and you don't have textures, then it's both your cheats and your textures that you need to map correctly. But if you go in your PCSX2 settings, you could find out where, if you just go directly to the graphics menu without a game loaded up, or with a game loaded up, you go directly to graphics, that'll show you where the textures need to go, kind of. You do have to put a subfolder for this game. I don't know. My video does cover it. It's a little tough to explain while racing without showing you. My dad's going to fight back. I just lapped you, Dad. Come on. Oh, my God. He got me in a 3. You know what? I'm gaining ally points with him. And that's something else. For anybody who's not watched the previous one, I am not using share draft at all. That's a self-imposed rule. So the way I gain allies is by making clean passes on them. And it's a slow building process. We might not even get to the point where we have an ally, but if/when we do, it's going to be like a hard-earned ally, which I think would be fun. Just 03 cars. Is it with the 03 drivers, though, CT? Are the names the whatever mod you're trying to run? Because that's the question. If the names are correct and just the textures are mapped wrong. If the names and the textures are wrong, then you got a lot of things you got to do. There's also, if you message a couple, well, don't message a couple people, but message the group. Yeah, I could help you after. It's going to be pretty late, though, but I'm going to stream till... I wanted to do 3 races, but for how long we were taking to load up, I don't know. We'll see. But I was going to say, I was going to say you might want to message somebody in the mod help area and be like, hey, can anyone help me get set up? I thought you were set up, though, before. And I'm going to try to work on getting both Twitch and YouTube chats showing on screen so that... Because if you're in Twitch chat, most of the people are in the YouTube chat, so if I seem like I'm talking to ghosts here, I promise it's people. There's some early pit stops going on for the last round here. So we got to pit 64 to do an even split. I don't remember when we pit the first time. I think we went long. Dick Johnson. His car is in Days of Thunder. Briefly. Actually, quite a few cars are. I know Jack Pennington's 47's in like 2 different shots. Just the name of the 03 drivers. Then your cheats aren't working either. So double check your cheat directory set correctly in the mod tool, and double check that your cheats are on in the game, and that you reloaded them if you had the game open when you generated the pnatch file or the paints or whatever, all that from the mod tool. But what I was saying, we put on 34. Thank you. What I was saying about the I was saying about the allies. So when you make a clean pass on somebody, you gain 2 points. So essentially, anybody that we start kind of swapping position back and forth, like how I passed my dad, then he passed me back, and then I passed him back, I gained 4 ally points because I passed him twice cleanly. So it's a long road because after the race, they lose a couple points. So I don't know if we'll ever get an ally, but knowing a couple of the battles I had in the brief 2024 stuff I streamed, I think it's possible. Oh, God. I say as I make a... Oh, that was... You know what? Only a 10? I'm fine with that. I literally just rear-ended the leader. We just got lapped again. Let's pit. Wow, the pits are a little barren. Okay. Also, I'm only running default setups. That's another rule. Oh, you deleted stuff from the wrong... Okay, I see, CT. Yeah, but see, you should just be able to rerun the tool. If you only deleted the stuff out of the game, then you should just rerun the tool and it should be fine. Can I make a bigger DNF rate? No. I thought I could by making cars less durable, by changing the durability stat way down. All that does is make them more likely to be the people that DNF, not that more of them will DNF. There is... Yeah, you can still share draft. I just am choosing not to with a self-rule, but yeah, so there is code. I didn't find where it lives. I just found hints of a little more how it works. Also, when I was when I was recording the Days of Thunder stuff for the Days of Thunder video I just put out the other day, I learned a lot about how that works. So, peek behind the curtain, to make recording that easier and less tedious and less time consuming, I use the mod tool to make the races like 2 to 5 laps long. And I used the mod tool to make it so there were either very limited or just the cars I wanted to shoot on track. And the downside to that is whenever I made it where it was just two of us, so like I just had it as Cole Trickle and Russ Wheeler for the Daytona stuff, is what I started with when I started recording. The problem is Russ Wheeler in a 2-lap Daytona race would blow his motor like 90% of the time, because the game was like, oh, somebody's gonna blow up in this race. What lap are we gonna pick? Okay, randomize from lap 1 or 2. And then which car are we going to pick? Okay, randomize from the 1AI car. Oh, it's this one. The one that we have. So Russ Wheeler would blow up all the freaking time. So I threw Aldo Benedetti back in, and then I loaded back up, so it was just 3 of us. And I just kept restarting the race till Aldo was the one that would blow up in the 2 laps. And then I just used save states to, reset that race till I was happy with the interactions, and then I'd watch the replay and record, and it was like, it took me so much. You guys have no idea. That video's got so little footage from the game, but it took me so freaking long to get that footage, even with all of the save stating and mod tool manipulation I did to narrow it down. I'm digging. Oh, I just that was weird. I clipped him in the right rear and my car suddenly like turned way better. I just like, it shot left. That was weird. How good's Bill Elliott in this mod? Look at the scoreboard. Bill Elliott is very top tier in this mod. Everything's based off their actual stats in 1990 though, guys, just a reminder. So they're as good in the mod as they were in real life, with some randomization of the game and things we can't control. But everything's based off their stats. Can you play a custom car in season mode? Yes, you can. And actually, I made that very easy. Okay, making a paint scheme is as hard or easy as it is making a paint scheme for any racing game, pretty much, on PC. So if you've painted for NR03 or you painted for iRacing or anything like that, it's basically the same process. We have templates out. I have templates for the 90s paints, all that stuff, or for the 90s cars. So it's not too bad. Getting the car in the game custom in season mode with the mod tool is actually pretty easy. You just fill out the driver page and then you check a box that says apply to season mode, and then you're in there. Your driver portrait, your rival, like everything will be in there, even if you don't play as that person. Career mode, it's a little more complicated to get the paint scheme in, and every time your sponsors change, you have to redo it a little bit, a couple steps. Same with your pit crew and your pit sign and pit box and all that. Actually, no, the pit box stays the same. It's the pit sign that you have to redo. Man, I want to get Hutt back for this top 30 here. I don't think it matters for the goals I have. Although Rick Mast is 2 spots back, and he's coming. Alright, Marlon's going to get us here. God, I can't wait till I fix voice to... or text... How do we say voice to text? Text to voice. So I don't have to read chat to interact with you guys. Are you sure about that, Aussie? Mikey got a second place finish in the country time car. I think it was in 1990. Mikey was good, dude. He was winning Busch races. I mean, he wasn't like great. He wasn't in top tier equipment either, for that matter. But he was really good, I think. Especially considering, like, nothing against the team, but, you know, even looking back on it in history, they never really became anything super great. '88 is when he got his second place that I'm thinking of? Or... yeah, Mikey had 6 top 5s in 1990. Thank you, Ty. There you go. Eat that stat. No, I'm just... I'm kidding. I love the old discussions. No, yeah, Mikey was like, I don't know. He's one of those weird ones that like, if he got a better ride back then, his entire career would have been so freaking different. Heck, another one that I think if he'd have joined NASCAR sooner or something, Dick Trickle right there, or if he got on a better team for a bit, like, he was really good. There's a lot of drivers around that era. Ernie Irvan, yes, but again, remember their individual race stats are at play, which, so Rockingham, he was driving the 2 car. Oh, their coat blew up. Rockingham, Ernie Irvan was driving the 2 car, so his spring Rockingham race is not a great result. I don't know how he did in the fall, but the fall stat's only playing like 15% into his total stat that I have in the tool. I'll show you guys some of the tool settings I have in between this race and I think it was Atlanta next. Oh, I pushed. Ernie Irvan. See, now he's supposed to be in the 2 car. I didn't do that particular driver swapping, but I have Rick Mast in the 2. Guys, it has variance. I can't and again, their race specific stats are not 100% of what their stats are for this race. I can do that if I want to do that. I can do that. I will show you guys my settings and how I can do that. When this race is over. Oh yeah, because Derek Cope blew up on 30th now. I gotta hold Mast off. Mast off. Not to be confused with the dog. The variance is what makes it fun, though. Like, you don't know who's going to be where to some extent, especially the guys with the higher variance. Again, essentially, the lower in points they were, the higher the variance is going to be. Again, this race, 35% of his total stat is what I have Kyle Petty at. Like, it's 50% his season stat, 35% how he did in this race in the spring, and 15% how he did in the fall. And that equates to their total stats that I'm racing with right now. That's why I thought it'd be kind of like fun to, you know, leave it the combo, because I'm going to get different results than real life had, but like leaning towards what real life results were a little bit. I was going to say, I probably got a few points with Bodine there. Oh, Kenny! Why'd you park it? Don't block me. I'm not on your lap. I'm not a threat to you at all. You got a battle Bodine, I think. Yeah, you got a battle Bodine. Morgan Shepherd and Mickey Gibbs up there in front of me are for position. I might be able to get to them. That would take the pressure off of trying to hold Mast up here. Alright, I went into focus mode. We're getting spots. We're getting spots. No, oh, Bodine. Ah, there goes all the ally. I gained 4 points with him, and then I lost 30 by getting my right here, feeding him a right rear slide job. Again, Dick Johnson probably has one of the higher variances because he was low in points. So, again, game variance of their stats. Like I said, my dad finished in or was leading most of the Daytona race. He's 38th now. He has the highest variance. Well, he's tied for the high. Whoa! Mickey Gibbs with a big save and scaring the crap out of Bodine and me, for that matter. Hot dang, and Shepard cleared me on the outside. We got one more lap to go here. This is white for us. I can still get Shepard. Alright, we got him in 1 and 2. It's just a matter of holding them off. Butch Miller. Butch Miller hauling the mail. I like his portrait where he's holding that rail. Alright. 29th. Where was Dick Johnson that you were commenting on it? Where did he end up? 19th. Why does he say... See, I don't know why he says 7 car, because they have recordings for 07, and I said it right. What happened in the pits? There was a big... Maybe that's part of the reason that they weren't running the way they should. Did you see the big blockade in the pits there? What? Hold on. Okay. Not what I wanted. Okay. Is it this one? No, it was the next one, I think. No, it was not. Look down by pit road here. They're stopped. They're parked. And Bobby Hillen's wrecked into the inside wall. So if you're wondering why some people didn't run well, that's a little bit of it here. For those that wanted to see the paint, I got the Valvoline light blue on the left. Oh, it changed cameras on me. Now it's not going to show the other side. Thanks, game. Show the other side. And then the Valvoline red on the right, which you can't see. Bill Elliott, that's not me. Oh my god. My dad's rival ally car, because he's way back in the field, doesn't show. But he's at 0 now, which is good. Morgan Shepherd's my only positive at all for racing cleanly. Okay, I'm going to go through the results a bit, because I am, for fun of this, I'm actually manually recording the stats afterwards, so that next year, my dad's stats and Tim Richmond's stats will be based on how they run in our season here, rather than based on, because I don't know, my dad didn't run NASCAR, so, you know, in the Cup Series, so he ran the local NASCAR, the short track series, but that was it. Wow, only 5 people on the lead lap. Accurate. No. Again, no cautions. Jimmy Horton in 7th. See, he got a good randomization. Qualified 34th. That's where you'd expect him. Ran 7th. Crazy. Mikey got up there. Dick Trickle's up there. Butch Miller we saw late. He qualified and ran well. Kyle qualified good, which makes sense, and then fell back a little bit. Larry Pearson, Ernie Irvin, Dick Johnson, Ken Reagan. I see the one, and I think Rick Mast. I know it's Terry Labonte, but I still see Rick in my brain. Anyone else notable back here? I mean, Tim Richmond being this far back was notable. Davey Allison was really notable, but he apparently got held up in the pits too, as did Harry Gant. They both were held up in the pits there, I think. Oh, Bobby Hillen blew up. He must have blew up leaving pit road or something. I guess. I don't know, because he was sitting there. He was he was out of their way, but that looked like why they stopped. And then we knew about Cope and Means. I mean, that's kind of the fun of the randomization, though. The randomization is only nuts for the people that far back in the standings. The people up front, it shouldn't be that crazy. So Bill Elliott, Bodine, Earnhardt, all those guys, So the stat I'm talking about behind the scenes has the variance is anywhere from a 1 to a 5, which sounds like nothing, but I don't think that's how it's applied. I think that's in coding terms and enum for like how much variance they get. It's not, their variance isn't literally plus or minus 5 to their stat. I think it's more like 5 is just a setting. It's a max setting that applies a big percentage. Like maybe it's 5% per one, so they get 25% variance. I don't know. Where are we in standings was a question earlier. We're 27th. Again, people making less starts than us is partly why my number's not replacing correctly here. It also looks different than before, but that's fine. Again, I could fix that later, but... and we have Jack Pennington as a +2. But I guess he didn't make the field there. Alright, so we're going to say... Oh, hang on. Let me go to the awards here. I always like to look at the move of the race because how does that get calculated? Could be random. Dylan McCower was rookie? Did he beat us? Well, I'm rookie of the year right now, but that's, again, because people missed races, probably. Rob shouldn't miss races, though. I think I have him as full-time. Although I didn't see him in that. Was he in that? Yeah, he was. He got 36th. Okay. I was going to say, that's a problem if he didn't. So, we're going to save. And I'm going to pull the curtain back a little bit and show you guys how I do some of this. What I do in between each race. And what I recommend between each race as well. Oops, that's the wrong one. There we go. Okay, so I have the main display up, which means you should see, yeah, okay. You can also see my little keyboard shortcut thingy. Oh, now it's gone. So the mod tool, I'm going to actually reboot it here. Where did that go? Hello? Okay. Reboot it. So I'm going to load the 1990 AJ Fay. Look, there's my Days of Thunder filming thing, all that stuff. So we're going to Atlanta next. So I set my race 1 stats to Atlanta in the spring results, and I set my race 2 to Atlanta in the fall. I set my adjuster, which goes off of this chart, this table, to Atlanta. So I have an 80% stat modifier. That's for how just everybody in the entire field is 80% of their normal. So that was, again, this is just for like, Bristol's a really hard track in the game. If you don't touch any of the settings, you always get your butt kicked at Bristol early on, no matter how good you are, if you're running default setups. And then the road courses, all of the road courses are you just destroy everybody. The AI is slow there, so I have them boosted to 200% of their stats. This I just kind of based it off of some early testing. I can change these if I don't like it. If I feel like a race was a little too easy, like I feel like Rockingham was just a little too easy, so I'd go to 110 on that. And then Richmond was actually a little too hard, so we'll bump that down to 140. Daytona was actually too easy as well, I think, so we'll bump that up. So that's all. Now, boom, those tracks are adjusted to be closer to the actual difficulty we want. Okay. This player tab, somebody earlier asked about season mode. Literally, all you have to do is, if you have all your paints in the folders and they load up here correctly, then you apply player items for season mode, and you're done. And it's an option. You'll be in race now and season both with these stats over here and info. Let's see, we don't need any of that. So now, when I go to the Finalize tab, you'll notice this is the calculated rank. This is a combination of their season ranks and Atlanta. Oh, hang on. Atlanta, I have at 35% for their first race and 15% for their second race. And then 50%, whatever the remainder is their season stats. So I could make this 100 and make this a 0. And then Atlanta spring race, how they ran is what their stats are based on, 100%. You can do that. I just have been running this 35-15. I might up this to something else later. I don't know. I've been debating going higher on that one. But for now, that's what I'm running. And again, you can change those. You can change it every race if you want. The other thing, so you can see right here how they did in Atlanta in spring. Earnhardt won, Morgan Shepherd got second, so on. And Tim Richmond, I have his stats from 1986, so he got 5th in spring, 4th in fall. So yeah, stuff like that. So again, Petty ran great in the spring, ran terrible in the fall. So he should be good in this race, but he's also, like, it's this calculated rank. This is basically this number order is basically how they're gonna do, more or less. But you see, there's 4 people at a 4th place rank for the overall. So the variance and randomization is gonna affect that. Okay. So what I want to do is anybody, and I'm just doing this for me. Anybody who didn't run Atlanta in the spring, I'm putting the part-time, and anybody that ran Atlanta in the spring, I'm putting full-time, so that they actually race, and then the rest of the field will be random. What if we're missing? Honestly, we'd have to be missing a few drivers. We might not be. We might have everybody that ran Atlanta in the spring. I'm not doing Mike Alexander because I have Hutch Strickland in that 12 car, but he also ran that race apparently. So recount, I have 40 full-time drivers now. Don't mind that gets messed up when I hit recalculate stats, but that's I gotta fix that bug. But it's just visual, so it's no big deal. It doesn't hurt anything. So 40 full-time drivers plus me makes 41. Again, I have my dad and Tim Richmond as full-time, so technically there's 38 that we have in the pack from Atlanta Spring. Actually, technically there's 39 because we have Mike Alexander and Hutch Strickland. They were just in different cars. So at this point, now I generate, and it takes a minute because it's redoing the paints as well, and that's done. So we'll switch over to live tools. I'm not going to start it right now because I got to restart the game. So I did save. Just double check we save. Also, I do like save state backups, so make sure we do that as well. So we reset. We have to go to cheats to shut that off. I speed up my emulator. This skips the intro. I know you guys like it though, but and once it's at press start, reload your cheats. Press the button. Keep speed up on until we get loaded, I guess, just because it makes everything faster. So load up our career. And now the drivers that are full-time, part-time, etc. will yeah, Delmo got 25th, I got 29. Sorry, I just saw that now because I was running through this stuff. Yeah, so the pylon should... If I loaded a save state, the pylon would show stuff now. It's not going to. So when we get on track, we'll put it on. And I'm not doing anything in the garage right now because we're beginning of the career. There's nothing to do. We're doing one R&D with our Daytona money and wait until that runs through to really work on anything. I still have speed up on. So now that we're at the track, we can load the pylon window. And again, I have keyboard shortcuts for this. So again, it shows the ugly. I'm going to actually put it over here and then change my view so you guys don't see it twice. But, oh, I forgot to highlight my dad. There we go. And there's these buttons. You can click them. But I also, like I said, I set up shortcuts on this. So if I hit that, it should do lap times, which... Oh, if that's off the screen, that gets cropped. Oh, no. But yeah, my buttons will change things. So I have shortcuts set up with different things. They're little stickers on a bonus little keyboard item. What's up, Neko? All right, well, I guess I can't run the pylon on my screen. I'll just have to scooch her back where it was. So let me switch my view back so that you don't have to look at my stuff. You can just see the game only. Alright, and we're ready to go for Atlanta. So that was the full process of switching between races. And I did it a little slower than I normally would just to show you guys and explain stuff. So, like, it's not... Once you get the hang of it... My dad's the only one on track. That's funny. Once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy, I think. not easy, but like it's pretty quick. All right, so here we go. Atlanta default setup with manual transmission. Let's see how much I need to adjust the Atlanta AI for qualifying. Again, this season's a little bit of a learning experience for me for finalizing my settings, because as much work as I've done... No, Season 1, Neko. Season 2 is going to be the 1991 mod. That's how we're doing this. So everything like 1990 Season 1, 1991 is Season 2, and so on. We're going to go through time slowly, but surely. I'll explain my dad's thing in a minute. But no, so this season's a little bit of a learning experience for finalizing my settings, because as much work as I've done on the mod and as many things as I've made with the tool and with just changing everything I could find to change about this game, and there's plenty more, but where'd we end up? Yeah, okay, Atlanta qualifying's too easy. Noted. I'll adjust that later. But the final... Oh, he qualified 7th. Yeah, his randomization is huge. Neko, why aren't you in the race? I don't have a 90s paint for you. Also, I have a very specific thing in mind for... Were you even born in 1990? Because I don't think you were. Oh, snap. Wow, qualifying... Okay. I do want to note, if you remember from the vanilla game, qualifying has some crazy randomization going on. I mean, Jimmy Means, as much as we love you, he's second. Dave Marcus, Dick Johnson are up front. Like, it's a little crazy. Why is it moving now? Oh, wait, no, this is practice. Okay, maybe this isn't qualify. I don't know where the heck we are then. Wait, yeah, because I'm 19th. Okay, ignore what everything I just said. I'll let MRN go, then I'll explain my dad's thing. No, that qualifying looks right. No, that's good.
There sure have been some incredible finishes here at Atlanta. In the March race of 2001, Kevin Harvick beat Jeff Gordon to the checkered by mere inches.
Yep, in the future, 11 years in the future. Good job, MRN.
And the emotion of that victory, that is one that people will talk about for decades to come.
How about the consistency shown by Ken Schrader?
Man, he is amazing. And what a charge towards the championship that gives him. You don't even need that many wins if you're finishing in the top 10 every week.
The 7 car just couldn't get...
I don't know why they don't say 07.
You're right. It's going to be tough for him.
That's good for us. Also, show the other side of my car for once. Oh, my dad's right behind me. Bill Elliott's back here. Oh, God.
An impressive average finish record for Tim Richmond.
Did you hear that? Did you hear them say Tim Richmond? I'm gonna bow. We got it. We got this shit on lockdown. They have so many driver names from 1990 in the sound options, and I got it to work. So this is sick. I'm sorry. That made me so happy to hear it, because I haven't tested. I didn't actually live test that. But MRN guys saying about Tim Richmond. I didn't hear what they said. I just heard them say Tim Richmond. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, my dad's paint. So, alright, we'll skip the lineup. That car, while this is the 90s season, that paint scheme is something my dad ran in real life in 1988 at our local dirt track that still operates today, that I still race at and have done pretty darn well. But he painted his car during the off season before 1988, so 87, 88. He had I think he ran a Chevelle that year. He painted his car. We're 3 wide in the middle, and I'm just telling casual stories. It's fine. He painted his car to be like his favorite driver's paint scheme, Dale Earnhardt Sr. who was driving the Wrangler car. Now, he didn't put Wrangler logos on it. He wasn't actually sponsored by anything big like that. It's just a bunch of local companies. But, oh, I can show you guys a picture later on if somebody reminds me after the race. But he painted it to look like Dale Earnhardt's 1987 paint scheme, because at the time my dad painted it in the early off-season for them, which is earlier than real life's off-season, Earnhardt's new paint had not been announced yet for Goodwrench. So literally my dad, like, he either purchased the paint... Oops, sorry, DW. He either... That's the wrong picture for DW. Uh-oh, pictures got messed up. That happens sometimes. So my dad painted his car like Earnhardt's, and then, like, a couple weeks either after he purchased the paint or painted the car, I don't know the story fully, they announced GM Goodwrench and the Black 3, and it's like, oh, your paint is immediately not accurate anymore. So I thought it'd be fun, since in the early 90s, 3 or 4 years, he had the car painted about the same color-wise. It was just a solid, like, kind of like the Ernie Irvan yellow, the number 4 yellow. It's similar to that. And he just had... We're running pretty well. I mean, they're all over us, but... He had a similar paint for a few years, so I thought I could offset it a bit with the mod and run his 1988 paint as his 1990 paint. His 89 paint will be 91, and then so on, till he gets to his yellow car. Yeah, those unused Legend Driver calls. There's so many, Ty. I mean, I know you saw my post about that in Discord, but they have so many freaking driver names you would not expect them to have recorded for. I want to know how they got that list, they decided on who was on that list and who wasn't, and B, whether EA was actually planning on doing that many Legend drivers in cars. Because they have so many Legend driver names. Oh god, why am I so wiggly on the straight? They have so many driver names and you know, Legend driver names and all that, like, I think they were planning on doing, like, almost, not a whole pack, but like 20 some, you know, like half the field or something, or maybe as a separate option or something. But obviously they didn't bother painting them, because we'd have found them in the data if they did. Someone blow up already? Why does this keep happening? We're on race number 4, and I've not gotten a single freaking yellow. Even though I have the AI set to do their thing with that. But we've gotten somebody to blow up right at the beginning of every race. My dad is tanked to dead last already. That does not bode well. But Jeff Purvis blew up. That's unfortunate. Man, we are fading. Although this is about where we should be running about here with a base car, with a non-upgraded car. Yeah, I felt like a rock too. I was a little more expecting it from me though, because I know so qualifying speeds in this game are completely not linked at all to race speeds, which I'm sure you guys already know, because you qualify pole for Richmond or damn near close to it in your rookie season in career mode in the vanilla game, and then you get your butt handed to you in the race. So we all know it's not tied to it, but I've not fine-tuned or honed in my qualifying time ranges yet for career mode. I just did them off of a couple tests because nobody in the community wanted help with that, I'll be honest. Actually, no, I take that back. One person helped with that, and oh my god, I haven't seen him active in a while. I can't remember his freaking screen name now. I feel like it started with the letter P, but I don't remember. I'd have to look. But he did like 5 or 6 tracks, and then I did every track in the game with a 50 rated car and a 100 rated car, and that was my range basically. But I only did one attempt in a basic paint. Yes, Buddy Baker was still driving. I think he drove on and off a couple more years yet. I think he had a couple starts in 91. But in 90 he had, I don't know, maybe close to 10 starts. Oh, this is a rookie battle, I just realized. Rob Moroso. And yeah, all my driver portraits got offset. I mean, you guys saw they were working last race. Now they're not working. I know why, though. There's one... I noticed when I did the Days of Thunder thing, I noticed one little mistake I made in code with it mapping the driver portraits. So I do actually have a clue as to how to fix this. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Because, I mean, between doing paints, doing videos, trying to enjoy life. This is a side project. I get nothing out of this except enjoyment, and your guys' enjoyment also, like, feeds my want to work on this stuff. So, like, honestly, by the way, everybody who's watching, thank you. Everybody who's here right now, like, absolutely thank you. Anybody who's here watching the VOD after the fact, thank you. Because this is what makes it fun. You guys being here makes this blast. I have stuff to talk about. I have people to talk to. I've done a lot of streams and a lot of videos over the years, and like the grind of doing videos and stuff like that when you have nobody to bounce off of is so just kind of, I don't know, it's like a punch to the gut. It just kind of ruins it over time. So being able to have this much stuff to chat about while racing, like, this is fun. This is such a blast for me. Look at this freaking pack we have in front of us, too. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Mr. Cubs fan over there. All right, we're gonna let's try to get these spots back. Heck yeah. Again, anyone watching the VOD, I apologize for not having, like, I've not figured out, ever since I went multi-streaming to YouTube and Twitch, I've not figured out how to get chat to show up on the screen itself. I think I could get it to show up for one or the other, but then it would break it for me that I wouldn't be able to read all of it. I know the first stream I couldn't read YouTube chat, and it seemed like that's where everybody was, and I was not. But I'll get this stuff figured out. We're gonna get the king here. I need them. I love that you're offering, and I appreciate that. But for 91 and 92, I actually have quite a lot of resources already set up. Also, a lot of paints from 90 to 91 didn't change much for the majority of the cars. So, if I do need help, I will. If I need them, I will. I will message need them. No, if I need help, I'll let you know. But I'm pretty set. I think 91 and 92 I'm going to be able to just go through, no problem. But 93, 94, 95, 96, those years I don't really have any resources yet. There's plenty of people I could contact that have done the paints and might be willing to share stuff to save us time. But I've not, because those seasons have tons of paints between different games. But I've not... Yeah, I've not looked for the resources yet because I'm not anywhere near that season yet. But we're going to do it like this. I'm going to work on the 91 cars in my spare time while over the next few months. And it's probably going to be a little bit slower pace. Well, it's kind of weird because, again, there's less work involved because some of the paints are just modifying the 90 paints. So... It should take me a similar amount of time overall as the 91s. But I'm going to have less time to dedicate to it. I got a lot of things coming up in life and a lot of things, you know, just in general. And I kind of need a break. I've been going ham on working on this stuff lately. Oh, YouTube shows on screen? Oh, sick. I can't see it for some reason. Oh, also, there's chat replay. So that's a thing, too. Never mind. What am I saying? So yeah, I guess just YouTube is not going to show up. Or, not YouTube, Twitch. The other one. My god, we have nobody, no pressure from behind, but we have all these people right here for position that we just can't quite get. Oh wow, you ran good at Martinsville. Heck yeah. Neko. You guys are always busting each other's chops on that. He always DNFs. You always blow motors. For the sake of the game's standings, I really hope we don't DNF at any point. Just because I know it, like the race results get ruined when you DNF out of races. Oh, look at! Did you see the leaderboard? Did Cope blow up again? It said out in front of his name or behind his name. I don't think I've ever seen that because I don't normally run with the leaderboard up. Yeah, there goes Cope right down the standings. 2 races in a row, Derek Cope blows up. His season is going downhill fast. Who's out front? Mark Martin's out front. I hadn't looked this whole time. I mean, like, part of me, I love having this leaderboard for the videos and for the stream, but part of me doesn't want to look at it, really, because I kind of don't want to know. I don't not want to know. But, like, part of the fun is when the leader comes around to lap you, you're, like, part of the fun of getting lapped is not knowing who's up front and being like, oh, shit, Mark Martin's leading. Poor Cope. I cannot get by Moroso. And again, there's 5 people right here in a pack in front of us. I think the only reason I'm keeping with him is because of his freaking draft and that he isn't running the bottom. I mean, most of this packet isn't, as I don't. I'm still a little sad we didn't get a wheel and pedal setup working for this. And I say we, I mean me. I tried to get it working, but it just, because this game doesn't work with wheels on the PS2, trying to set the emulator up to have a wheel as a controller, the dead zone's all weird and everything's all messed up. So I tried multiple settings and things and tried looking up tutorials, and everything I saw on the internet tutorial wise was like using the USB wheel setting, which means the game has to recognize wheels for it to work. Oh, you guys can't see the leaderboard because my camera can, you son of a bee. Beast winners. Alright, we're catching Mast here. And I might be able to pick Moroso off. We're getting near pit stops. Near-ish. Oh, I thought he was gonna hit him. They do sometimes, honestly, with the mod stuff. When you run the later years and the faster speeds, they make way more contact and do a lot of crazier cornering speeds and maneuvers. Oh, my shirt. It's a Comic-Con exclusive shirt that I got last year. That, I don't know if I can show it. There's a wolf on it with a sword and a shield. I'll just show it real quick. Very quick. Very quick, don't mind me. What doesn't kill you gives you XP. Oh, snap. I got mine to work. It wasn't a problem. It mapped, you just map it, you just set it as a controller, but if you set it as a wheel via the USB wheel settings, then it won't work for this game because Thunder 04 does not support steering wheels. There weren't really any at the time. Do you want to pit this lap or next lap? Do I have enough to go another lap? You know, pit road's empty. Let's go this lap. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Oh, my God. We made it under pit speed. That was sketch. Not Chuck is his name from the movie. What are we talking about? Oh, you need to... Okay. Talking about something else. Need them. You gotta give me the updated templates so I can update my pit crew. They don't load in Paint Shop Pro. I didn't even look at my pit time. I was not paying attention. They didn't mess up. I think they did good. Although we pit, well, I was gonna say we pit way before everybody, but actually they all just started pitting, so pit a little bit before them. Yeah, finally saw the right side of the car. Also, if you guys didn't notice, I didn't fully change it. I still have a couple of gauges to make, but that RPM gauge is not what's in the base game. And the gauge behind my right glove that you cannot see is also not in the base game. I did some texture stuff, but I have to make a fuel gauge and oil pressure and oil temp to finish that. I got to redo the button box and or the couple switches on the left to look way better than this crap. But yeah, if you notice, I made my roll bar padding blue, the Valvoline blue kinda. See that the top one, the left one you could really see all the left roll bar padding. The first stream it was invisible if you weren't here for that. 17.5 stop. That's really good for a rookie crew. But their happiness should be half decent. We've been doing okay. Oh snap. Because I switched my stream to show the shirt, I now can't see the pylon anymore. Another one that says out. That was Tim Richmond, I think. Yeah, the 46. Tim Richmond blew up. Oh my god. Hang on. I'm bringing my pylon back up so I could see it too. I mean, you guys could see it regardless of what I do there, but... Mouse. Woohoo. Okay. Yeah, Purvis, Cope, and Richmond all blew up. Go ahead, Dale. I gave you the bottom. Dale wanted the outside. Alright, Rick Mass behind us for position. Petty's way ahead of us for position. Tim was in that battle, in that group ahead of us, I think, for the early part of the race, too. The sad part is, however Richmond does is going to affect him next year. I don't know why the paint templates don't work, Needham, for me. I have two versions of Paint Shop Pro, and I have not found a PSD file besides yours that doesn't open in one of them at least. I have Paint Shop Pro 9, which is old as crap, and I have 2023 Corel Paint Shop Pro, which is new as crap. So I don't know. They should open in one of them, but they don't open in either. So I don't know what other layered formats you have as options, but if you could try some others, that'd be great. If not, I could send you the flats I have of the pit crews, and you could just throw it under the template, and that'd at least give it the shading. I mean, it wouldn't have their fancy little shoulder straps you put on and everything cool. Yeah, just try a different one. If it doesn't work, I'll just throw you the flats and we'll call it close enough. Or if you only have like 1 or 2 layers overlaying, if you merge all of them and then get rid of your color layers, like just hide the fill colors and leave just the shaded, you could save that as a PNG and I could just work with it from there. Also, if you hear a car in the background that's not the game, that's somebody doing donuts. I am near an intersection where local people like to do donuts and randomly little burnouts. KG's here? KG's here! I didn't even see his message. I see it now. Welcome, KG. Appreciate you popping in, man. Shoot, man. Half the gang's here. And by that I mean, like, more people than I was expecting still. to watch me run 30-something. I mean, I guess this is normal Thunder career mode. Honestly, Needham, if you just if you just save the shaded layers with no background as a PNG, I'm happy with that. That will give me guidelines to color what I need to color. I don't need all the fancy layers. I just need the overlay, like the shading, if you drew any components, you know, like, I don't know, shoelaces or something. Well, even then it would technically just be shading. I don't know. Drew a helmet visor or something that's solid, then, you know, just all of your things that are not where you edit it. Yeah, my dad is running terrible now. I mean, he ran fantastic at Daytona. And here's the funny thing. So, I sent my dad's stats to, I believe it was Dick Trickle's stats, or something similar. And Dick Trickle's 15th right now. So that just shows you how much variance can happen. Granted, though, to be fair, Dick Trickle also has his Atlanta stats in play. My dad does not. But I believe Dick Trickle's season stats are like 15th or something. Well, that works, Needham. Yeah, Delma's one of the part-timers. I mean, we didn't have too many part-timers as options. We had 40 full-timers this race. I say full-timers. That's not the right word. We had 40 people that we were guaranteeing to start based on people that ran the real race. So there were less spots for the random part-timers to fill. And I make 41, so there were 2 slots only, really, for people to fill. And I wonder who it was, but I don't even know. I think Jack Pennington was one of them. Actually, Jack Pennington and Jeff Purvis are probably the 2, because I know Purvis didn't run this early in the year. And then he blew up. He didn't even make a lap. Actually, write that down. That's a freaking U39. That's a lot. Yeah, write that down, because, like, as far as an accurate depiction, Jeff Purvis barely makes it into the race on time, starts the race, blows up immediately. Just some part failure right out of the gate. Tell me that's not 1990 for a lot of people. I have a video. I think I linked it in Discord, actually. Yeah, I linked that one. There's a video linked in the Discord in the Real Race chat, I think, about 1990 stories. And they cover Mickey Gibbs trying to make the Daytona 500 in 1990 and all the things going on during that. And I mean, they skim over it as far as, like, because it's speed week, like the amount of time that you're down at Daytona. But my God, I don't want to say half-ass effort, because they were doing everything they could. It wasn't starting park before it was cool. They were doing everything they could with their money and their time and the people they had and everything. But when you have such limited resources, and the way it was back then too, like, it was, I want to say it was a half-ass effort, because you compare it to today, even if you're a low-funded team or whatever, you still, like, checked your P's and Q's and did all this stuff and you know, in the garage, and made sure you had everything you needed before you go to the track. You couldn't half-ass it nearly as much as back then. But at the same time, back then, that was trying. It was just lack of knowledge for all these different things for people working and whatever. Neko, you can make Ty whatever you want to make Ty, as long as, well, actually you have to. I guess you have to ask his permission, but technically on your playthrough, if you're not doing videos, you could do whatever you want. If you're doing videos, then you probably want to ask him. Oh man. Yeah, Neko, I looked into adding more cars to the track. Let me tell you, I am sure there's a way to do it. I've just not figured out a way to do it yet. And I don't think I ever will, because that's something that, like, is so hard to look into. So the way... This is how ridiculous it is. Think about how much memory a PS2 game has to work with, right? Now, a single piece of data somewhere is set to 43. Now, whether it's on each track file or it's once in memory. I don't know. But somewhere in memory, something is set to the number 43. And let me tell you, when you search the number 43 in the live memory of the game to try to pinpoint where that field size is set, you're going to get thousands and thousands of results where that number exists in the raw data. Thousands. So to try to actually figure out which one piece of data controls that is a nightmare. And let me do you one further. Because of the player, you might not be... Tim Richmond's back! Oh god, he's so slow! If you could look at all the entries for 43 and change them one at a time and see if the game actually does more than 43 cars on track or less than 43 cars on track or whatever. You could mess with that data all day long and not find it. Because it might be not 43 that you're looking for. It might be 42 that you're looking for because the player car might not be towards that count. It might be hard-coded to be an extra one. Also, it might not be 43 you're looking for. It might be 44. Why would it be 44? The pace car. Like, so you'd have to look through the data for the number 43, change every instance of it that doesn't break the game entirely, one at a time, load into the race, see if you have more or less than 43 cars when you change that number, whichever way you change it. And you might go through all thousands of those entries doing that and not succeed. And then you have to do it again for 42, and then you have to do it again for 44, and it still might not change it. They must be pitting or something if my dad just jumped up that many spots. Yeah, some of them are pitting early for their second stop, I think. They do count the pace car and chase for the cup and beyond. So that's probably the case. Yeah, so, I mean, if anybody wants to, like, is fine with the tedious task of going through and changing numbers one at a time to try to find where this piece of data exists, I could walk you through how to do that and see if we can make it work. But let me tell you, it is a long and tedious process. So but that's some of the stuff, like when I found this scoring pylon, I cannot believe how I found it. It was okay. It took me way less time than I thought it was going to take me, but oh god, how did I find? Now I'm trying to remember because it wasn't intervals. Oh, so I went into memory. I ran a Bristol race. I just fast forwarded it sitting on the apron till it was like lap 117 or some weird number. And I searched for lap 1. Oh god, I missed the throttle. I was trying to dismiss a phone call. I looked for that like 117 or whatever. And I looked at all those places in memory. And then I ran the race one more lap. And then I looked for the number 118. So, oh wait, I have a way to do that with the mod. Okay, hang on. We'll come back to this. I changed my search to 118, and then I checked everywhere in memory that 118 occurred, where 117 occurred just a lap prior. That was how I narrowed it down and found where some of the standings were. Now, how the standings were mapped, holy frickin' nightmare. They're not mapped in order of position. They're not mapped in order of qualifying. They're not mapped in the order of when you load into a track and you see what order they are at the top that says like their qualifying order that seems random. They don't have any of that. Like it has nothing to do with that. The way they're mapped, it has the player car as the first piece of data, no matter whether you're playing race now or career or whatever. The player car is the first piece of data, whether you're driving your car, somebody else's custom car, it doesn't matter. Then the data goes in the order of the drivers in the cars table in the raw games data, so I had to literally cross-reference that table with Oh, how did I determine who wasn't in the race? No, that was it. So there were driver IDs there. So, or car ID. Oh, I forget what it was. Because that would just point to the right driver then. I don't know. It was confusing. I'm confused. Obviously, it was confusing. But it was ridiculous one way or another. Like, cause you had to find. It was based off that order to some extent. We were trying to pit here. Oh. Okay, careful. Get under the speed. Oh my god. Whew. Yeah, no, I'm pitting. Sorry. Can you get a setting to increase mechanical failures? No, I did answer this one earlier, Neko. I've not found where it lives that it tells how many people blow up. I can only affect the chances of different drivers blowing up versus each other. But it's kind of... When you load into a track, they're going to blow up when they're going to blow up. You could restart a race and people will blow up. Like, the same people will blow up. Photopedia in my browser and import the template. Okay. I'll do that. I'm going to need a reminder on that after. Just shoot me a PM in Discord and I'll get to it when I can. I might not check it till I might not do it till tomorrow, but I'll definitely do that. Oh, I see. Dude, Cubbies, you're like live crew chief. Oh! Falcon, I forgot to set you as a freaking crew member. I was going to do that last stream. I'll have to do that. You know what? I could do that this stream with you guys, too. Rose's is a grocery store. They actually were on Kyle Petty's trunk for a couple races in this in 1990. And they were on a Busch Series ride or two. 18.3, yeah, that's not bad. Alright, so we're off cycle a bit. So we got Jimmy Means is the next spot, although he might have not pit yet. Dick Trickle's running the wall down the straightaway. Well, the not so straightaway. You know what? I get it, Dick Trickle. This is Atlanta, and Atlanta is supposed to have straightaways, not these corners on the front. What is this? You were right, dude. 1990 Atlanta, it's a straightaway. And man, I freaking love... As much as I love Atlanta, I don't love current Atlanta. I mean, it makes for fun racing, but it doesn't make for the fun racing I like. Like, it's entertaining, but not, in my opinion, for the right reasons right now with the newly repaved super speedway Atlanta. But this version of Atlanta, I love. The early version when it was true oval, I love that version as well. So I'm torn, man. They both were amazing for their own reasons. Yeah, I don't think Dad pit yet, or Jimmy Means for that matter. Actually, no, Means might have. I see him up there. He's going pretty quick because he just passed Spencer. I think. Yeah. Is that Spencer? Yeah, that's Spencer up there. Tim Richmond! He's in the road! He came back out to get those points. Oh my god. That scared the crap out of me. Although that's what it's supposed to do. Why did I not get them? Oh, who just followed? Or subbed, or not subbed. What's the words? I know words. Whoever that was, thank you. I will have to look back. I can't see my notifications. Also, chat is on the screen. Is it readable? I see it now. It's very tiny. Can you guys read the chat, or do I need to make that bigger for like the VOD people and just in general? I didn't know where to put it, and that's part of the reason that the text is so small on it, but I really didn't know where to put chat on screen with all of the other things I got going on screen. Yeah, Tim's been back out here. We went by him once before, like right when he came back out. But yeah, that was the second time we went by him that I remember. Mommy ASMR with the follow. What a freaking name. I don't know if I want to hear that ASMR ever, or if I never want to hear it. I mean, that I don't know. That's a whole different topic. Chat's a bit small. Okay, I'm gonna forget, but I should make it bigger after the race if I remember. What was the other thing y'all wanted me to do between races? There was something else. Now I don't know anymore. Purple Line's leading. Oh yeah, he won Daytona 500 in our playthrough. I forgot about that. Chat's hard to read. Yeah, okay. I'll make it bigger and then probably put it like up where the mirror is so that it goes off screen. It'll go off screen quicker, but it'll be big enough to read. Oh, show my dad's old car. That was the reminder. Thank you, Cubbies. Dude, you were all over it. Derek Cope came back out too. Hang on. Backstretch, I'm gonna put the lap counter up. We gotta see how many laps down they are without pausing the game with our live leaderboard. Although we have to do math. Alright, let's oh. Is it that one? No, is that one? No, that's lap times. Ah, turn! Earnhardt with the fastest lap. That's fastest time. Nope, that's the names. Which button is it? I'm not used to my buttons. There it is. So Richmond is 2 laps ahead of Cope. Oh, man. They're out here defending their points. Oh, Jimmy Spencer's for position. Hi, Jimmy. We got better long run pace than Jimmy. He must have pit earlier than us. I don't know why I went apron there, but I did. And I know you guys want the intervals on the pylon. So do I. I cannot find where that data lives in memory. I tried even like putting somebody a bunch of laps down and then looking for the data for a negative, like whatever laps down they were. I don't even think that's how it stores that gap. It might even store it as a positive value and just be like a laps down field that if it's 0, it uses the exact interval, which is a decimal that I'm never going to find. Or it uses like, or when the number's positive, it's that's how many laps back they are, and it just shows it as minus. Or it might save it as a negative. I don't freaking know. It might even be in an integer field. I was looking for decimals. Because I thought interval being a decimal value would maybe when it's laps down, it just shows a like -2 as a decimal value. They could store that. There's so many different programming approaches that they could store that value for intervals and how they're lapped. That like I don't know if I'll ever find it because it's not near the other data I already found. I don't know if I will. I actually figured it out, Ty. I figured out how to convert them to and from hex, but the problem is it's a floating decimal. So an interval of 2.359 in the game is actually behind the scenes stored as like 2.538, 726 to 819. Like it's 20 decimal points long, and I'm never gonna guess that number. Oh, somebody got out of shape and in the wall in 3. We got no caution though. Tim Richmond is slow on the bottom. Pick Jimmy Spencer. I bumped him. No rival points. I bumped Tim Richmond out of the way. Now he's running high and Jimmy's just following. Jimmy, what are you doing? We were actually having a good battle. I wonder who got out of shape. We're never gonna know. I have to show you guys in the replay mode after the race something silly I found when doing the Days of Thunder thing that actually made it kind of frustrating. Well, just for one scene I was trying to do. Dude, Butch Miller keeps lapping me. Every race I'd notice him going by us late in the race. I don't know that Tim has much experience driving a slow race car, because he either was flying or it was destroyed and he was out. I don't think Tim Richmond had much of an in between in his career ever, of like driving a beat up car or a slow car that's like down 2 cylinders. I still think that's dumb. Like, I appreciate that they had them come back on track, but it's so dumb that they're that off pace, because yeah, you should be off pace a little bit, unless it was like, I don't know, a spark plug issue and you change the plugs and it's fine. But I don't know. Like, there should be a chance that their car comes back in his normal pace and a chance that it's off pace, but not to that freaking extent. It's so slow. Where are we at? We got nobody for position anywhere near us, do we? Oh, I gotta let me shut that back off. There we go. Okay, Dick Trickle's not for position. We passed him earlier, but I think he was on a different pit cycle than us. Yeah, so it's Rick Mast ahead of us. Jimmy Means behind us. I see Means way back with Spencer in the mirror. I don't even see Mast ahead of us, so we're pretty much locked into 33rd here without a yellow or something. We're gonna go 4 races without a yellow. We did have a spin slide though this race. We at least saw smoke up at one end of the track, so I know it's working. I'm flabbergasted because so many people, when I first did that update with the AI, they're like, they're wrecking every race all of the time. It's too often, and I don't know. We're four races in at 22 to 25% race length, and nothing. No yellow. You know what? The flagman's from 1990. He's like, a car spun out? Pfft. Blown up? Nah. We don't throw yellows for that. Debris? Run it over first, and then we'll think about it. There's Derek Cope up ahead. Off pace. Yeah, minimum speed. That'd be fun. That reminds me. I have to do a video at some point of the audio calls that are in the game's files but not used. The problem is there's literally thousands of audio files. I've been through them and I cataloged some of them as to what they say, but I didn't do all of them. And on top of that, I'd be going through them like whether they actually used them in game or not would be off of memory. I wouldn't know. There's actually one that's interesting that there's like 10 to 15 different calls of. So we just had it happen. I'll let Emran go first.
It says a lot about the quality and true talent of these Nascar Winston Cup drivers.
The 7 car doesn't look any
I still wish they'd say 07.
These NASCAR Winston Cup teams
I know it works for most things. I haven't gotten it to work fully, but recently.
From all of us here at EA Sports, thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you next time.
To get 07 to work, you have to set some of the data in the game to 207, and then it works. But, excuse me, one of the updates I did to the number getting set for career mode, I don't think I set the correct one to that. I think I set that one to just 07, and I don't know why that doesn't work the right way. So the weird thing I want to show you in the replays, God, I want to show you guys so many things. If you flip the camera if you cycle it through, it goes to a different driver eventually. So it's on Kyle Petty. And, yep, so it's just going to go to Kyle Petty. When you cycle all the way through the cameras to TV1 or TV2, it goes to a different driver. There he is. Oh, it keeps going to the onboard, but you saw him. Which made it so freaking annoying. I could not get the camera to go on anybody but Kenny Schrader when I did the pile-up for the very short clip in Days of Thunder where they show the wreck in 3 and 4. So the only thing I could do was put the camera on Kenny's rear bumper where he's like out of shape and you're looking back at the wreck. Because otherwise the camera was perfectly on the wreck and it was so good. I don't know why it does that. I think it loses track of what car it's supposed to be focused on. And then there's the rare instance where it wants to just focus on a different car by default, but that's another thing. Okay, don't mind the driver portraits being wrong for some people. I know why that's messed up. I plan on updating that. Okay, let's go through the standings and then we'll do the other stuff quick here. So, because again, I'm recording these, not recording them. I'm going back and recording them later. I mean, we're recording it now. You know what I mean. One of those things makes sense. So our top 10: Mark Martin, Bodine, Jeff Bodine, Dale Earnhardt, Bill Elliott, Alan Kawicki, Sterling Marlin, Ricky Rudd, Rusty Wallace, Mikey Waltrip, and Kyle Petty. That's a pretty normal top 10. DW, Terry Labonte, Mark Stahl, or Mike, is it Mike? Wait, is it Mark? It's Mark Stahl. 42nd to 13th with a big run. Larry Pearson with a 15th place finish. Heck yeah. Brett Bodine, Buddy Baker, 17th. Heck yeah. Butch Miller, Ernie Irvin, Reagan, Trickle, Shepard, Johnson, Harry Gant, another not super great run. Davey Allison, another really bad run. They both qualified better, though, but I think the randomization got them. Mickey Gibbs, Strickland. Moroso beat me for Rookie of the Race. Unless, actually, I don't know if Strickland's... Wait. Isn't Strickland a rookie? Maybe not. I don't know. Either way, I don't think I have him set as a rookie for some reason. And then my dad ran very poorly. He beat somebody on track. Unless Bobby Hillin blew up right at the end of the race or something, or I don't know. But actually, he probably did, because he was 16th, and I don't remember passing him. Oh, man. That's pretty interesting results. All right, my dad's car, my dad's real car from then. Give me a moment. Did I find a way to increase DNFs? No, I didn't. It's just because I'm running 25%, it just randomized to a decent amount there. Oh, that might be on an external hard drive. No, not there. Wait, no, I put the reference pictures in my paint folder because I painted the car. Duh. So I have them. Hold on. Car reference 157. Yeah. Okay. Let's. Oh god, this is like the worst picture. Let me go to. Okay, let's make chat bigger before I forget that. There's a message there, so I could see. Purely joking. All right, cool. I can see. Oh, and you see in my career how it has my car number as 207. That was me trying to fix the MRN callouts. Now my car number is just 207. So that's, a thing. Okay. Chat messages should pop up center and be a lot more readable. Okay. Display main. Okay. Really bright picture. I get it. Let's hide the pylon for a minute. So yeah. Then this one was one of their weekly thing. I have a bunch of these. I need to scan them. I've been wanting to do that for a long time. I have a bunch of our old race programs from our local track, but there he is as a rookie on the bottom 3 wide in turn 1, I think, making moves. Yeah, and this was actually at a different track. I believe this track's called Penn National, which is no longer around. But yeah, so he has local, some local companies on there. Actually, I think that's where he worked at the time, is the West End Carpet Barn. He eventually had his own carpet company then, or flooring company. But Kane Lumber, I don't know, we'll see it on some of the other pictures. Yeah, this sun glare, man. I mean, old cameras and sun glare. Yeah, there's another one of that side. I don't know the story. Well, I don't know what this is about or what the story is there. But I feel like they just literally left something on the deck lid for warm-ups and didn't realize it and it stayed on. Yeah, champion spark plug. So I kept the Moroso sticker separate on the car somewhere in the game. I kept champion spark plugs there. There's my dad, my buddy Tommy, and his buddy Tommy, who's now my buddy Tommy. he does a lot of engine work for me to this day. I would not be nearly as good at the local stuff without his help. So shout out to Tommy. And then here again, the comparison of what he was aiming for, basically. The only thing he did different was his A post, and well, there's no B post, but his A post is blue. So he kept the blue like shot across here, which is how I did it in the game. But yeah. So yeah, that was fun. But yeah, that's the paint scheme. The only thing I did super different on it, obviously I put Wrangler on it and whatever, like an actual, a cup sponsor instead of a bunch of the local ones. I have other pictures of this car too. I have more shots than what I showed you guys, but this is all I had in the reference folder. I did the number shadow different because he did a dark blue and a light blue and offset that way. I did a dark blue and a black offset the other way, but that's pretty much it. Hang on. I can just show you guys the flat of it real quick. Okay, maybe not. Maybe so, maybe not. No. Okay, maybe not. I don't want to waste too much time looking around in this stuff. Was there one other thing? No, I fixed chat. I showed you the replay cameras. I showed you the pictures. I think we're good. And I need to fix my screen so the full screen displays correctly. Which is that. Okay. Sweet. Thanks, guys. No, yeah, I thought it's good shout to show that one. I'll show it next year too, and then when we get to the 91 season. So sponsor prestige gaining. Excuse me, that's all good. I haven't touched our car. We just have the shop edition I'm waiting on, which is 6 more races. We're gonna run basic cars. There's no point in doing an overhaul when, like, what do we gain here? A little bit of durability. What do we gain here? A couple of stats. This one sucks. Honestly, you know what? If we want to do anything, we sell this one and we put some money in to build a better one. But I probably shouldn't have done that in hindsight. Our sponsor objective? So I have the sponsor screen messed up a little bit, I'll be honest. The textures didn't load for some reason. Now they loaded. They made me a liar. Finishing 35th for Valvoline is the main goal. Qualify top 40, nice and easy for goodies. Finish ahead of Bobby Hillin Jr., which we just did because we did 2 races in a row because he blew up. He blew up one race. I don't know if he blew up the last race or not because it was right at the end. So that actually works. Roses here is just the participation ones. So yeah, that's pretty sick. Sweet. Okay. We should see which one of these is crappier and maybe redo it. Because I think, I'm all over the damn place. Tire grip. So maybe I shouldn't have done the chassis because we could build a better one soon anyway. Yeah, Bobby Hillin was just slow last race. Yeah, I don't know. So 52, 53 for that one, 53, 51. That one's not good. So we'll sell this one. And we'll build a better motor. It's going to take 9 races, but that's fine. We'll just get the ball rolling on that stuff while our stuff's not totally destroyed yet. I mean, it is. It's all 50s now. This one's slightly worse, I think. And pit crew names. That was the other thing I wanted to do. Shoot, Falcon, are you still here? I told you I was gonna give you somebody. Anybody in chat want to join the crew? I'm gonna randomize here. Oh God, hang on. Let me get a browser up. Random.org. We could do a list randomizer. All right. Anybody who wants to join as pit crew or potentially builders, let me know. I'm gonna randomize what spots you guys get. So you can't pick what you're doing. I figure random is fun. So I'm going to do it this way. Changer, rear tire carrier, jackman, gas man, catch can, man. Crew chief. engine builder, chassis builder, and fab. All right. I've randomized that list. So the order we're going to do them. Falcons I'm going to keep to the top one, but I need to actually... Okay, let me switch my view one more time here. Okay, there you go. So we got the pit crews. Dude's last name is right. You call him. Which one's right? The front tire carrier. Actually, you know what, Ty? The way the randomization worked out, you actually landed in that spot. That's hilarious. If you guys want... See, this is the thing. We need to decide what names to do, though. Because I want to put, like... Okay, DWR, what do you want me to set your name to? Is the problem. Technically, they're full first and last names, but they're... Oh, I had my... Did I leave that in? Nuh-uh. Okay. No, I didn't. That was just... Okay, refresh from game. Okay, we're good. I was like, no way, we did that. So, okay. Thai Thunder is our front tire... Or, sorry. Our front tire changer. Thai Thunder. And we'll apply and... Well, bam. Thai Thunder right there. Bam. Go Cubbies. Again, what do I want to set your... Like, you got to give me a name. Oh, this garage stall? It was Ernie Irvin. Sorry, I only just saw that now. What do you want for your name? I will put you in. I just have to know what your name is. I'll tell you where you landed after, though, because I already randomized, so I know where you landed. And DWR, what do you want for a name? We're going to do one more race, guys, but I'd like to throw these names in. And Falcon, if you're still here, I apologize. I have a spot for you. I know you're supposed to end up in the fabricator spot. Holding the stream up, Cubbies. Come on. No, I'm kidding. Actually, I need to. You know what? While you're typing and stuff, okay, I'll put you in DWR. I'm gonna actually load up the next race. So we're gonna restart the tool. Where are we at? Let me save the career. We're at Darlington. Oh heck yeah. Okay. I don't know why I'm not speeding up the emulator, not the mod. Okay. I'll restart the tool. You guys, yep. All right. I got your names there. James Bush, Dylan Walker, got you. Okay, cool. Let me restart the tool and load up Darlington. So we're gonna go Darlington 2, not Daytona, Darlington 2, and Darlington is already here. All right. Okay, I'll get you guys. Give me a minute. Qual time. I was going to do that later. Everything else is good. And then finalize. Well, bam. So, live tools, pick crew rename. Actually, I need to reload this. So, we'll do that quick. Let's actually reload this button one. EA Sports! Kenseth! Bye. That's all he gets to say. EA Sports, real fast. Okay, and now we're loaded in. Cool. Nice background. Okay, and now we will... Ooh, Pizza Rolls is in too. Alright, refresh from game. Thai Thunder's still there. Okay, so rear tire carrier is what Cubby's got by randomization. So James Bush. Nice. DWR. DWR, you got crew chief, bro. You got work to do. Dylan Walker is our crew chief. Pizza Rolls. You got front tire changer. Oh no, that's Thai Thunder. Sorry. No, I was reading the wrong one. Front tire carrier. Sorry. Eric Roach. All right, that's everybody. Apply names. Bam. Y'all are part of the crew now, officially. Yep, Thai Thunder, Roach. Yep. Roach, you're only 19. Heck, you're all young. This is a young pit crew. Oh my lord. Our oldest guy is the Fab guy, which is going to be Falcon when I look up what his name was. Sweet. Okay, let's do a save state just to make sure we're still saved here. Just in case something happens, because apparently things can happen. Alright, cool. Alright, I'm gonna right quick, run to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna let this go fast forward, and then there's cars and trucks. I'll be a minute. All right, I'm back. I gotta roll back one thing. I messed one thing up. So I'm gonna actually have to reset the game, but I'm gonna save it right here so that the name changes are saved. I forgot to do this. So Jimmy Horton, the part-time. Bobby Hamilton, the part-time. Greg Sachs said it was full-time because he ran Darlington. Yeah, this is what I forgot to do. Forgot a step, no big deal. Only going to take a minute here. Make sure we get the drivers we are supposed to get. The only other one, I'm going to have Neil Bonnet as full-time the rest of the season because he gets injured at Darlington in real life and then gets replaced. But I have him as full-time. I should have done Dale Jarrett as full-time too. Why didn't I do that? I wanted Jarrett to run the whole season. Oh well. Well, you know what? That team didn't run the full season, so maybe it should just keep him as part-time. It'd be fun to have him pop in. I have Jarrett in the 29 car because he was supposed to be in that car until Bonnet got injured. But now we generate with those guys. We should have a different. We have 39 full-time listed. With us, that makes 40. So we'll do a reset real quick. It sounded like it said EA Sports Game. I did it say in? I had it fast forwarded, so maybe that's why. But that was funny. EA Sports Game. I kind of wish that was the intro. Yeah, there's a lot of part timers. That means we got a lot of drivers in the pack in the set here. So that's pretty sweet. All right, live tools, pylon. Check my dad. I need to save who's checked. Maybe that's something I could add to the tool. Put my pylon over there so I can see. Ooh, Lake Speed made the field today. Sweet. I don't think he was when I forced full time. Okay, and then that can go over here, and this can go to the full screen game correctly. Sweet. Okay, we're good. You still don't disable cheats on loading? Dude, the amount of times I've had it not work. I don't know. Oh. Alright, again, qualifying this first season, I'm probably going to have it, like, we're probably going to out-qualify what we should do all of the time. Which is partly why I chose goodies with the 40th place qual. Because it's the smallest reward and it's a goal we probably would have hit anyway. So I don't mind that we're going to out-qualify as much as I would otherwise. I say as we're dead last for the first lap. Okay, maybe I got Darlington's numbers right, so let's try to get a good lap. Smooth. Maybe a little slow in 3 and 4, but smooth. Uh-oh. 29th? Oh, that's fine. I did relocate chat, Cubbies. It should be top center now. Alright, let's see what MRN has to say. My dad got 18th. I got the lineup right here. Tim Richmond 11th. Oh, you guys don't have the... There it goes. Okay.
This is an egg-shaped track with links and different bankings in the east and west turns. That makes it very tough for the drivers. But the question is, why is it egg-shaped? Well, when it was built, the landowner decided he didn't want his minnow farm disturbed, so they simply pinched in the corners.
Minnow farm is why Darlington's awesome.
Give it the distinctive egg shape that it's now
At least part of the reason. I mean, their banking choice.
Is clinging to a top 10 points position coming into this race.
Yeah, he needs to focus on this race. A poor finish can quickly bounce you out of the top 10, but a win can gain you several positions, might even put you in the top 5. We'll see what happens.
The 7 car has a remarkable qualifying average this year.
Yes, I do.
Joe, it takes a lot of people working
I should not be
to get that car
qualifying as well as I have been.
every week.
Alright, cool. Tim Richmond 11th. Ooh, Mike Chase in the race, and he's right with us. And Rob Rosso just in front of me again. We got that rookie battle going. I think this is the first start for Mike Chase in our career mode. Davey Allison behind me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Fill it in with water and hold a fast on. What, the whole track? Darlington's awesome. Do not. Oh yeah, the lap 1, turn 4 checkup they have. Still here. Oh, I turned in early. So I backed her down. I got my mic. Bottom lane's rocking. My dad's going backwards again. So's Bobby Hillen. Bobby had some good runs in that car, though. Oh, Buddy Baker's behind us in the Publix car. Did I pass him? Oh, I'm sorry. They didn't even get mad. Such light contact with Mike Chase there. Yep. Shut the door. Buddy's going. Oh, holy crap. Buddy Baker flying into turn 3. Davey, why are you back here again? Davey Allison having a horrible season so far. I feel like he ran good in the first 2 races, or at least not abnormal. And then since then, it's been nothing good. Oh. My God, I really wish I had text-to-voice working for Darlington. This is a tough track to try to read chat. Oh yeah, Kyle Petty did say that in an interview back then. I forgot about that. For some reason, I thought that was Bristol, not here. Okay, I thought my dad was fading. He's actually stabilized up there a little bit and pulled away from us. As everybody is apparently about to do. Rick, you're insane! I did not want to be in the middle 3 wide into turn 1. Rick Mast, friggin' balls of steel up there. Oh, Jack Pennington going the inside. Oh, contact up there. Jimmy and Strickland. No, God. No, Petty. He didn't even get mad. I keep feeding people right rears. Nobody's getting mad. They understood I messed up, and it's Darlington. We're going backwards fast. This is Richmond all over again. So I'll be honest, the way I did the like guesses at the initial percentage offsets for stuff, I went to year one, I went to every track with a 50 rated car, and I ran like 5 laps and just saw where I could run after 5 laps. And if I was 35th, it was good. If I wasn't, I adjusted it. And or not 35th exactly, but if I was like on my way to 35th. And I think running 5 laps at Darlington was not enough for me to see because there is that big checkup early, and I did not set them correctly for default setups. Neil, what are you doing back here? Oh wait, your Darlington was really bad. Okay, that makes sense. I'm sorry, Neil. Look, you're not getting injured this time, Neil. You're going to run the whole season this year. And then I got to decide what car to put you in for next year. We'll be lucky to top 40 at this point because everybody's here. I mean, granted, we got DNFs and things to maybe work out. And you never know. We might get a yellow off sequence and we could pit. Dad's back to 34th. Chad Little's in his late season Pelco car when they finally tore the orange off the damn thing. Or decided not to run an orange one. Actually, I'm not even sure he ran the white version, like this version of this car, more than just Sonoma. I'm not sure because I didn't watch all of the 90 races, unfortunately, yet. But that's the only time I saw this car was Sonoma. They got close-ups of it because he wrecked with... did he wreck with Troy Beebe? Yeah, he wrecked with Troy Beebe. A yellow in this economy? No, everything's red. Or randomly green for no reason. Has he? Oh, man. Poor Neil. And he was really good before he got injured, too. Like, he was no slouch. And the Wood Brothers being, like... This is their hit-and-miss phase, I think. I mean, obviously, like, Jarrett won Michigan, and, you know, you got a couple other wins here or there with people, but they were so hit-and-miss. He's probably going to watch this back tie. I would imagine so, anyway. All right, so we got away from Means and Purvis, but we got McDuffie all over us here, and Chad and Neil got away a little bit. I see my dad's fading back now. We might end up catching him later run. He took off early run. Alright, anyone want to place bets on whether we get a yellow this race? Asterisk by the AI, not by me. If I do a yellow, I'm not counting it as the bet. There's quite a battle going on up there. Jack Pennington, Jimmy Spencer, right behind my dad there, brawling. Who's out front? Mark Martin out front. Oh! Go, my God. Scary. I mean, we saw nothing was happening, I think, but also smoke scary. I mean, that right there shows you it can still happen. The AI is doing what they're supposed to do. It's just not happening like as much as it did in testing of this stuff. I still think legend versus rookie versus veteran changes how often stuff like that happens, even with our updated settings for the AI. But it at least happens now with the updated settings. I'm so glad I found where that was in memory. That was one of the really big, like, I wish I could change it things. Oh, cooked it into 3 a little too hot. Ooh, Jimmy Means caught JD. We got away from JD a little bit, and Means came back. They like get fast and slow. Like their pace changes throughout a run. I always love that about this game too. The only time that happens in like Chase for the Cup 05, as fun as it is, the only time that happens in that game is with like 2 to 5 laps to go. The AI just suddenly gets really freaking slow if you're not up front. Or maybe even if you are up front, I don't know. But I just know that when you're like mid-pack or whatever, they just suddenly get slow with like 5 laps to go. They just get way off pace, and it's like, what are you doing? Ooh, Cope up front? Heck yeah. Wait, didn't DW start near us, or was that Rockingham? Because he's way up front too. Terry Labonte's up there. Heck yeah. That skull car, the other skull car, the Skull Classic. Oh, that'd be fun to see every week. Pay attention to whether Labonte or Gant does better. Which Skull Classic versus Skull Bandit. God, they should have done that as like a promotional thing. That would have been fun. And then when we get to the road courses and I throw the ringers in, like Ervor and... Oh, that was bad. We only touched it. I had to get my stripe. It didn't even make the sound. It didn't even go or anything. Oh, okay, that was the rock. Jimmy Means catching me. He means business. Ha! Although, so's the leader. Mark Martin's coming up on us. We're going to get lapped soon. My dad's still staying about the same distance as he was like 5-10 laps ago. But that means he's similar pace to us, which means I could probably get him eventually. He's ducking low. Oh no. Okay, I'm not gonna be a block happy dude because I want. It's 90s. I got hit. It's fine. I was literally about to say it's the 90s, man. You got clean racing. You let people go. You pass them back. You do your thing. Uh-oh, Tim fading from his qualifying spot. Yeah, see, that's how crazy, like, the randomization, the variance, it seems to be negative more than positive, but it's definitely affecting Tim Richmond's performances. Because like I said, if you just look at the stats without factoring in the game variant stat, if you look at their stats straight up, he was like 3rd place in points, I think, 86 or 2nd. He was somewhere up front in points. And that's what his stats are based on. I got in the gas way too soon, and then I botched turn 4. So like he should be up front by his stats straight up. Like he should be right in this top 5 mix every week practically. I scared Bodine next to me, and Earnhardt's behind me, and Mark Martin's getting away. Means that everybody's getting away from me because I just slammed the wall or scraped the wall. Shoot. I would say we're gonna need get by him. Get by JD already. Or no, yeah, JD. Sorry. I was gonna say we need an off-sequence caution at some point this race, but not right now. Trying a more aggressive approach here, driving wise. My 1 and 2 is great. There's a yellow! Turn 4! Oh my god, there's so few people lapped besides us though. Oh man, that's a yellow car. Is that the 75? We were about to pit anyway. No, that's Lake Speed! Lake Speed next to Tim Richmond. Oh, Richmond in the wall. Speed just lost it, looped it, got a flat, whatever the case. That could have been worse though. Hud Strickland and Rick Mass. Look at how well they slowed. Oh god, the guys behind him didn't. was gonna say, look how well they slowed down. All right, let's pit. Wait, where's the leader? Oh, everybody's pitting. Okay. Wait, but Martin's not the lead car of this group, is he? Oh, okay. I thought that was Jimmy Spencer. It is Martin up there. So we're... Chad Little on back is lapped. Is what we have right now. So the best we could do is 37th. Oof. I mean, we were on track for, like, you know, way in the back. Lap cars pitting with lead lap cars. There you guys are. I don't know which ones you are. I don't have it memorized yet. Maybe I should make a graphic for that with the crew guys when I do pit stops, and I could toggle that on. That'd be fun. I'll have to do that. If I remember. Maybe I should write it down. Is there time? No, there's not going to be time. Oh, well, there was time. 7 people stayed out. Okay, that should also be positions, because they're going to pit, like, right away. Oh, snap. It started me in the wrong gear. Why did it start me in the wrong gear? I was going to say, we might be able to get our lap back briefly during pit cycles, because these guys should have pit. Yeah, I'll have to put where people are. I need a reminder. I have the worst memory, especially like if I'm in the middle of something like this. I'll remember like 3 days later, and I'm like, oh, I gotta do that yet, and then half the time I won't. All right, cool, 18-2, not bad. I mean, it was a yellow pit, so it wouldn't pressure a little bit off there, and we were way in the back. All right, Martin is clear of all the lappers behind us. However, we should be faster than everybody up here, even the lead lap cars, just because they're on old stuff. Ernie, you were not making this easy on me. I'm running the freaking new line. All right, my strength is 1 and 2. 3 and 4 is my weakness. Oh God, I'm not going to be able to hold Martin off. Not for long, anyway. He's already on my outside. We'll have to bobble him into the traffic.
Number 6 is still there.
Oh. Nikes. No! When are these guys going to pit?
Still there.
Alright, well, I kept Earnhardt behind me, but Martin's already freaking gone. Jesus. Now they're going to start pitting. Wait, who's lead lap? I don't want to... Okay, Baker is lead lap, so I don't want to end up under him. He's going to have to pit. Butch Miller lapping us. Darrell Waltrip going on my outside. That's a dangerous move. Out of turn 2, he does it anyway. Oh, shoot, this was turn 4 at the... Wait, when did they switch that? What year did Darlington switch which straightaway was the front and the back? I really don't know offhand. Just keep checking up for Purvis. I should be faster. I was faster than Purvis last run. I'll get to the bottom. Oh, backing it up the hill. We're good, we're good, we're good. Holding Kyle Petty up. No, we're not good. I touched it. Touched the wall. No damage. No extra damage. We had damage already. He scuffed it. We got our stripe. Excuse me, Hut. Oh, wait. There's somebody there. Kenny, I'm sorry. I didn't know Schrader was down there. We're only just pitting now. We were running out of fuel. We're getting low on it. Look, Jeff Purvis is not a bad driver. He just was not in a good car, and his stats are not great, so... And he only ran a few races. Like, this was his super debut. Comes Jimmy Means catching up. Greg Saxon, the 18, making, I think, his second start of the season. Maybe third. I don't remember. We're going to get lapped by our rookie competitor, Rob Moroso, here soon. Oh, my God. And to think I was leading rookie standings the other race. Our Daytona result really carried us. We are 34th right now, though, because of pit cycle. Or because of people pitting off sequence, but it's not, like, equivalent of our speed. So essentially, we need another yellow before we pit. And then to stay off sequence with people? I don't know. We need a lot of things to go our way here. Well, no, actually, because we have to pit the same amount of times they do. So really, just if they pass me on track is the only way they're going to end up ahead of me. Oh, no, Needham. See, that's the randomization. He's been running behind me most races, like in the 30s, and then like he's a high variance spot. There is one way I can set the variance low for everybody, but it would take adding modding steps like Mosby has for 09, where you have to change the ISO. That's the only way I can change variance because I do not know where that data lives. Go ahead, Rob. What are we praying for? For the yellows to fall the right way? No, if it stays green, we just need to try to hold track position as best we can. I say means it's going to take 34th from us. Excuse me. Alright, take advantage. Go. Old Darlington line. Most people pit really off sequence too, or early anyway. So our sponsor goal is right where we are. But there are 2 spots ahead of me that are feasible. Yeah, okay, you're praying for the yellows. Wait, they're pitting early too. Ricky Rod. I put another behind me? Oh, because I went by pit road. Actually, with people short pitting, we've got a chance in 2 ways. One, they should be less time on optimal tires than us if we split the run. And 2, if there's a yellow, they're going to be behind us. So we still have a shot at a good finish here. And we're catching my dad, it looks like, again, maybe. Yeah, Martin blowing away the... Wait, no, that's Earnhardt out front. You need to look at the scoreboard. The pylon. Earnhardt blowing him away. Morgan, I'm good in 1 and 2. I'm good in 1 and 2. Oh my God. He dove in. Alright, fine. If you get clear, it didn't cost me much time, but I got to get out of turn 2. I need the track for that. Wait, Lake Speed recovering from his spin. I mean, I guess he didn't really hit anything, but Tim Richmond a little bit. We're right next to the wall. Jeez. Oh God, the next position's behind us. Terry Labonte. Yeah, I'm not holding him off. And Derek Cope and all them. Oh, yeah. Actually, those guys might have just pit. No, wait, no, those were the ones that... That's right, they stayed out under the yellow and then pit right away. Yeah, so those are the people we actually would need to hold off for position, which is not going to happen. We're freaking 2 laps down at Darlington already. Petty's got a donut on his door from me. Probably, even though I fed him the quarter panel. Rick Wilson! There he goes. See you later. Yeah, we're good in 1 and 2. I cannot run 3 and 4 anywhere near their pace. Yeah, somewhere around there. Oh, he's 16th now? Shoot. Well, they're in weird pit cycle though. So he's probably not running that well. But he managed to, with his spin and his flat, still beat the leader back to the start-finish line when the yellow was out. So, you know, kudos on that. Because we came around and saw him crossing the line as we came out of 4, so it must have been really close. That'd be a fun like stat to have seen. Alright, well here go all our positions. Here they come, I should say. Bonnie checked out. He was going to go outside and then he got scared of me out of 2. I don't blame you. I'd be more scared of me into 3, though. Shoot, if I enter low, it seems to turn better, which is not how... Well, not how race cars work here, but, you know. Oh, Tim Richmond again! He blew his motor again! We're getting the same people blowing up. This is really unfortunate. Will Derek Cope blow up before it's over? Oh my god. And then Bobby Hillen? Everybody's behind me. They're bottlenecked. I'm not trying to hold them up. I'm just running my line at the bottom. And Jimmy spent... Oh, okay, now it looks like I'm holding them up. I was going to say, Jimmy's not able to pass me on the outside. Oh god, Dick Trickle sending it. He sent it. Ah, I got scared. He got tired of running behind me. Okay. Oh, Davey, you got to turn into turn 1. And turn 2. I got a pit soon. Nope. Nope. Nothing's okay with the car. You made it handle in 1 and 2. And it doesn't handle in 3 and 4. My dad's getting away now too. God, I went way too slow into 1 there. I feel like long run, I'm so bad here right now. I mean, 3 and 4, I'm just bad in general, but Jack Pennington and Mickey Gibbs are going to pass us on the outside at Darlington. Like it's nothing. Alright, so 56 is the lap to pit if we do the 28.56, yeah. Or we could pit now. Yeah, we'll pit now. No, I'm heading down pit road. Oh, don't do no tires, my God. I always hate that steering changes that menu. Drives me nuts. Oh man. Fire your engine builder. I think I need to fire whoever set the car up for turns 1 and 2 and not turns 3 and 4. I can get through 1 and 2. You set it up for 3 and 4 at Darlington. I could make it work in 1 and 2. Earnhardt just lapped us on pit road because we were that slow in our stop. Schnikes. I have to make a graphic with the crew guys. I will definitely do that. If I remember, I should, because we've talked about it 3 times now. So, or well, not we've talked about it. This is the second time we talked about it. Third time I've said it out loud, which should be the rule of 3s for remembering things. I should remember now. All right, well, we're way in the back now. Purvis is our target. Means they both pit early. They're done pitting as well. There are some people that have to pit yet. There's plenty of people that have to pit yet. But, man, freaking Earnhardt's gone. Should I put up the best lap time just to see how bad we are versus everybody? That'd be fun. Fastest lap time for everybody. Oh, I almost hit the wall. I'm at a 29.2. Actually, the people around me, my fast time's good. I'm just not consistent here. But we're a full second off pace with our best to our best. Actually, that doesn't even sound that bad. That doesn't sound that unreasonable for Darlington front to back. Like, that sounds small, if anything, to me. Especially at 90, it was probably more, but... You know, it's not bad. Alright, we're definitely faster than a few people now. McDuffie we're catching pretty quick. My dad's up there, too. So, JD pit early. All the guys that pit early we should be able to catch. Not all of them, but... You know what I mean. The ones that were near us that pit early, we should be able to get them back before it's over. Honestly, maybe I should have pit a little early too, because they pit way early. We finally got our first yellow though. That's cool. Why do you want Hillen to blow up again? Oh, poor Bobby. You can pick anybody out of the field. Why Bobby Hillen? DW up there in 4th place. His 1990 season wasn't great, but because of injury, actually. He was out a lot of races. They had a lot of different people in that car. Oh, yeah, sponsor money. No, you're right. I forgot. We're supposed to beat Bobby Hillen. That's what True Value wants us to do? Yeah. For some reason. They don't. True Value is banning Snickers. That's what happened. They don't carry Snickers. They hate Snickers. They had customers get sick. They had a lawsuit over it. No, I'm making all this up, by the way. This is just for the lore. So they're like, you got to beat that Snickers car. That's what we need to do. When it says to beat a certain driver with a certain sponsor, we need to figure out lore-wise why that is. But my headcanon is True Value had lawsuits with Snickers and somebody got a peanut allergy and what's Dave Marcus doing? 10th? Their pit cycle's weird right now too though. Also Dave Marcus was good. Like, don't give him shit. He was good. I mean, he wasn't great, but he was good. Quickie just hit the wall behind us. Okay, I said about catching JD because we gained so much ground on him so quickly when we came out of the pits, and now he's like fast again. So I don't know. Maybe we aren't gonna get anywhere. I have good hot lap speed for what we are, and then I fade really quickly. There are 3 dots on pit road though. Did more people blow up? Oh no, some of them are moving. They're just pitting yet. Some radical pit strategies. See, well, okay, I'm gonna blame myself on my focus level or lack thereof, because I took this track for granted a little bit. I've been having fun chatting and being casual and chilling and racing and everything else. And my 3 and 4, I can still hit it pretty decently if I get my entry okay. Like last lap, I hit that pretty good. That was a good lap there. I don't know what my lap time was. This lap was pretty good. We'll pay attention to lap time. So my best was a 29.2. We're on old tires, so we shouldn't be that fast. But a 29.8, I don't think that's that bad. My 1 and 2 is actually suffering recently more than my 3 and 4. Oop, almost hit the wall. I try another line. I do have lap count. Hold on, I'll put that up. Just give me a moment to the back stretch here. Battle going on up front here. Is it that one? No, it's that one. No. I just, oh god. And then I went into 3-2 hard. Don't do that! We're good. Let me fix that. And this one. There it is. I'll learn these buttons someday. Yeah, we're, oops. Why did it show us 3 down that time? Did you guys see that? The leaderboard showed us 3 laps down. And everyone else around us 2 down. That wasn't right. We're gonna finish way the heck in the back. Thanks. Race would have finished under yellow if I spun anyway, so it didn't much matter. Now it says we're all wait. The scoring's messed up in the live scoring, because now it's saying 3 of us are 3 down. And nobody got passed up there, and the leader's on the other end of the freaking track. That's weird. The in-game scoring messed up, but not in our pylon, oddly enough. I mean, I don't have the intervals up, otherwise it would have. Oh, you've seen the half lap down glitch. Now it's right on the results there. Earnhardt wins at Darlington.
Well, that was good news to the guys who ran out front. More cautions would just have meant more restarts, which is more chances for you to lose positions.
The 7 car didn't have much of a race.
Nope.
Stayed in the fight all race long. Things just never quite went his way.
This is Joe
I mean,
for Barney Hall saying thanks.
they kind of went my way for a minute.
Winston Cup race.
It went better than they were going to. Next is Bristol. Oh, shnikes. Wait, is that actually next? I wonder if they get that right based on the schedule, or if it's pre-recorded. I guess it'd have to be based on the schedule in the game, which means that it's correct. Excuse me. Derek Hope is now neutral. Also, the portraits are fixed. So, I didn't gain, because I didn't pass anybody, I didn't gain any ally points. I really wish people passing you cleanly or quickly was a way to get ally points. That'd be cool too. Alright, Earnhardt, Martin, Rusty started 22nd up to 3rd. Waltrip, Kawicki, Bill Elliott from 21st to 6th. That means Rusty was quicker. Are they the only 2 that led laps besides maybe pit cycle? It was Martin and Earnhardt. Petty with the top 10. Rudd, Jeff Bodine, Kenny Schrader rounding it out. Marcus ended up 12th. Waltrip. Mickey Gibbs, 33rd to 15th. Davey Allison finally got a friggin' top 20. He has been struggling. He's probably our biggest, like, fast driver that's not been fast lately. Rookie Rob Moroso kicking our tail. Lake Speed recovering from his spin, finishing 18th. Harry Gant faded from his qualifying. Morgan Shepherd faded from his qualifying. Richard Petty charged up to 21st from the back, as did Rick Mast. They both, heck, they just followed each other through. Drafting at Darlington. No, I don't know. Let's see, other notables. Bobby Hillin didn't blow up. Brett Bodine bombed from where he qualified. Neil Bonnet 31st. Derek Cope bombed from where he qualified. Butch Miller. I think these are all the guys that got off sequence. Cope, Miller, Trickle, Labonte were all off sequence. I feel like there were others, but I don't know where or whom, but they were. And my dad way in the back and me way in the back. Our only engine this time was Tim Richmond, though, but that's the second race he blew up. Oh, Mike Chase was 25th? Heck yeah. Good run by Mike. I didn't even notice. Yeah, because he started near there. I didn't notice. I only really noticed the big position changers, unless their name stands out in the top 10 or something. But we finally got our first caution. Way longer than I thought it would be to get to that. Yeah, I'm gonna help CT, I guess, and then I'm gonna call it a night. But obviously we're gonna help him off stream. So we had Brett Bodine win the 500, Bill Elliott win 2 in a row, and then Martin and Earnhardt, which leaves Martin ahead in the standings there. Can he get his first championship where he should have, without some illegal penalties? All right, Falcon, I appreciate it. I gotta add you as a pit crew guy yet. I forgot to do it last time, but I still gotta do that. So the portraits are still messed up a little bit because that's Tim Richmond in Bodine's spot. I don't know why. I know why some of them mess up. I don't know why all of them. Let me rephrase that. When a lot of them mess up, I know what's causing it. When only some of them mess up, I don't know what's causing it. But otherwise, it's fine. No real surprises. I mean, Mikey in the top 10 is nice to see, but no real super. No, okay. So we refresh from game. Actually, it should work because they're listed here. So, oops, here it goes. We'll set him as an 80. Okay, so it says that now. That has the wrong picture is Rick Wilson, but he's there. So that does still work. Sweet. That's a new feature. Is it when you don't have a rating with him, adding him in. So that's cool. Yeah, Mikey had good races in 90, so I'm not surprised. Make a graphic for the crew. Got it. Yeah, so the awards. Strickland most positions gained. Bill Elliott move of the race. I think Rick Mast got the move of the race of making it 3 wide into turn 1 or Dick Trickle. They both pulled a 3 wide move. All right, so Moroso's beating us. Pennington missed some races. Otherwise, he'd probably be right with us, too. Yeah, I don't think Pennington ran all the races so far. These guys obviously didn't. So, Moroso, we're still chasing him. We're not out of it yet. We're only 40 points back. That's not bad. Don't mind this screen, because that's not going to be right. Yeah, okay. That's about it. I'm only putting him as an 80 because earlier in the season, I doored the crap out of him the second race of the season, and I got a negative 30 with him, so he's probably mad at me. Oh man! All right, is there anything we can do with this before we go? Just lost some prestige a little bit. I could still build that new one, but I don't want to till we get our upgrade, and we have new engine and body coming in eventually. It's going to be a long build though. They're 9 races out, or 8 races out now, I guess, and this is 5 till we should bother with the tires, or the not the tires. Building a new, is that chassis? Yeah, chassis. That's what I meant to say. So we got 5 races till we can start building a new chassis. We got 8 races till we have new anything. Otherwise, everything's going to be trash. But we're running on easier difficulty than the base game slightly, so that we can actually have some fun and not just be like that Darlington race was. I mean, I still had fun. We were still battling back there for most of the race. Just by the end of it, it wasn't good. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this stream. Next Saturday is good. 2 Saturdays from now, I probably won't be on, but next Saturday I should be able to stream at a similar time as this one. And hopefully I could fix the scheduling and setup and stuff with YouTube, because I like when it shows, like it reminds people like, hey, there's an upcoming live stream, in case people forget during the week. But I haven't been able to get that to work to where it shows that, and then when I start streaming, that it's using that slot on YouTube. So I may do a test one in the middle of the week randomly, but we'll see. Either way, thanks everybody for tuning in. You guys are awesome. I'll get a graphic for the crew, guys. I'll make an actual physical note for it right now. I have paper here. Hello. Here's my main notes. See, I got scribbly notes. In T04 crew graphic. I will know what that is. Sweet. And then I threw my pen on the floor. Well, whatever. Thanks again, guys. And if you're watching this back after the fact and you want to be randomized into the pit crew as well, you could comment and I'll add you in too. Alright, guys. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. Later. And enjoy the Super Bowl. Good luck to whoever you're pulling for. And if that's, whoever more people are pulling for, that's who's going to win out of this chat. Just this chat. Just this good luck. That's going to be the difference maker.